Yeah, that's how you do it. How's it, Darth Sean?
How's
What's
it?
crack-a-lackin'? How are
Not
you?
much.
Oh, we've got our
Same.
special guest. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I give you the infamous Aristocratic Utensil spoon. How are you, good sir?
I'm infamous now? Oh, God, that's not a
Of
good
course.
thing.
Just ignore him, Spoon. He talks cuck most of the time.
Nah, that's fine.
What's happening, dude?
Not much. I am barely awake.
Why did you have a late one?
No, I just can't sleep past like 5 o'clock in the bloody morning.
Why?
I don't know.
Gavin?
When the sun is out, my body just says, wake up now. When you pitch, it's 5 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, but it's sunny.
Yeah, I can't do 5. Hey, geez, I think, yeah, like I can't. I'm kind of like a 8 o'clock, like quarter. Like I think my clock is now like 7:45. What the fuck are you moaning about now, Darth Sean?
Just saying, I can't get like if anything past 7 o'clock, I'm in a shit mood.
But I mean, afternoon
That's
naps
not how I
help,
used
right?
to do things. Dude, I'm on YouTube. I used to go to bed at 3 o'clock in the morning and wake up at fucking noon.
No, I can't do it.
That's good. I miss those days. I miss being able to do that.
I mean, I do that. I mean, my bedtime is about 1, but I mean, I do then 8 in the morning. Like this morning, I was a kind of a 9er, and it was like, okay, cool, because I didn't have to go anywhere. But yeah, I don't think I can do 5. Jesus.
Yeah, I don't even need a bloody alarm for that. I used to sleep for like 10 hours.
Dude, I remember when I was younger too. Same thing. When I was like younger, like, you know, I think I was like in my 20s.
This was like a bloody year ago. This was not
shit.
like ages ago.
But maybe it's you know what? Maybe no. You know what it is? It's the African vibe. You know, you got the sun here. There's no fucking sun on that side. Yeah, exactly. It's just like wake up, work, get in the field, bitch.
Field? Better chance me working in the field over here. Like right now,
Gavin,
man, it's hot as fucking here.
So CR says the birds wake her up. I also have the birds, but it's the fucking hardy daws.
I can't believe you can't shoot them. I don't understand this.
You're still talking about the birds?
Yeah.
Okay. Things that are menace, I don't think birds is the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah, it's probably the least of our problems.
At the moment, that's what annoys me. A particular bird, hardy daw. But then again, that's like 6 o'clock in the morning, and then that's one particular issue, and then it's like it just progresses. And by the time I get home, I hate everything.
Yeah.
Just like
the taxi drivers
and everyone.
Taxi drivers do that for me. I would have no issue if we just rounded them up and, I don't know, put them in like a chamber sorts.
I would just give them driving lessons.
I don't think that fucking means anything, dude. I don't think they like it's you know what the thing I've realized about sort of South Africa, and maybe it's Africa, and I kind of notice it in India, is no, I don't know. India is kind of weird though, because have you ever seen the traffic vibe in India? It's like everybody just kind of like it just works. You have this fucking massive intersection, like 12 lanes on each side, and everybody just kind of understands. The difference is here. There's this lack of giving a fuck about anybody else. In our kind of culturals in the society, people do not give a fuck. Somebody would drive on the wrong side of the road just to get there in front of you. Fuck you, suck my balls. Bus drivers that just there's a bus lane, not a bus lane. There's a bus turnoff where they can park, and they just go like, fuck it, I'm stopping in the middle of the road, and I'm letting people on, and every fucking person behind me can wait. That drives me insane.
Yeah, I have been in a place like that when I was in Egypt several years ago. I was in Cairo, and Cairo works pretty much the same. It was really weird because we were driving along the roadside, like the opposite roadside, and if someone comes and drives on the road, you just drive the other side of the road if they're oncoming. Yeah. I'm like, this is kind of dangerous.
No, exactly. It's insane. It's like. So I'm going like, and then at the same time I'm going like, maybe that's why we should remove warning labels and like these things. It's like let's let natural selection take care of these things. I think we'll have a better place at the end of the day.
You might have more deaths, but you will have fewer morons because only idiots will die.
Isn't that better? I mean, that sounds better, right?
I mean, you're basically asking for like a driving version of eugenics. That is in essence what you're advocating for.
I mean, kinda,
No, it's not kinda. That is exactly what you're asking for.
Driving eugenics. It does sound better than just playing
drive and die.
But I mean, look at the bad side of this, right? Like, how many innocent people that can drive are subject to the potential death due to morons that just like, and then what the worst thing is? Every time I see the headline, taxi crash, 14 people die, driver survives. And I'm like, fuck you. Fuck him. He should have died.
The funny thing is, like, our younger brother he tried to take the piss out of me when I put on my seatbelt, and he was like, "Oh, you can't drive," and I was like, "No, I'm not worried about my driving. I'm worried about everyone else."
Well, that's true. Bear in mind, if all his passengers die, eventually he'll run out of passengers.
I mean, at the rate, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, it's few. I mean, it's like that hasn't equalized yet. I think the amount of accidents versus just the fucking sheer luck that just we haven't found an equilibrium there yet. I mean, maybe, man, I don't know. It just drives me insane. But yeah, I mean, that doesn't sound bad now that you've mentioned it. Driving eugenics. I mean, maybe that's a thing.
It just bear aware that's not exactly a legal slogan. I'm not endorsing it. That is kind of what you're advocating for. In lieu of not following basic driving laws, you don't get demonetized for this. You have to say some insane shit to get demonetized nowadays. I know YouTubers say that, like, "Oh, look, I'm demonetized. I want someone to watch this." Like, like, do you know how many people are on this fucking app? Like, how important do you think you are that someone is monitoring fucking you? Like, most of the time, it's just fucking AI that fucks up. But yeah, I've met plenty of YouTubers who say that shit, and I just want to like dress them down and just go, "No, you uppity fucking moron. Your content is just shit." That's the reason. It's not because anyone is watching. Actually, it is because no one is watching you. That's the bloody problem.
Exactly. I've been demonetized. No, I was demonetized over like the first video I ever uploaded. I got demonetized 2 months after I uploaded it because it was, and the reason they gave me was because it was an infringement on the writers. I did a parody cover of Frozen, and it did really well, like 700,000 views, and then I got an email from YouTube going, "We've demonetized your channel because something stupid," and I was like, "That's kind of cock of you." But anyway, and this was back in the day where
copyright bullshit.
Yeah, where it was like we've infringed on the writers of Disney, and I'm going like, wait, this is parody. Fuck off. And at the time, I didn't know. I mean, this is like, what was this? When was this? That's from 2015.
It was when Hillary was running against Trump.
Yeah, 2016. Yeah, it was like 2 months, like a month before the election, and it was just like I was going like, fuck you. Anyway, but yeah, I don't. I completely agree with you. No one these days, people don't get demonetized for anything anymore.
No, I mean, I've seen a few accounts get closed. But it is just because the AI gimmick that they're trying to push is complete backwards arse water. So I imagine that is probably the reason.
But also,
I tend to just ignore the people because they just sound like fucking women bitching all the bloody time. It's like, can you say something positive or not something at all? Just shut the fuck up. Which is ironic considering I complain about a lot of shit on my channel. But, if I'm going to complain about women, it's just like, this is the dumb shit you ladies do. If you want us to stop hating you, stop doing dumb shit. There we go. And if you don't get this, fuck off. Fairly self-explanatory. It's not rocket science. Well, it is rocket science for some of them. But the smart ladies go, can't you understand that, you stupid whores? Other women say this, by the way, so that's not me. I don't use that kind of language. I use.
You just save it up for a show.
Well, I've noticed English slang does not get nearly as much heat as the American ones. So if you stick with the English ones, like calling somebody a twat is not really going to get you crap.
Yeah.
And also, it's a funnier word.
I love the
word
English
that
one.
Americans can't say properly.
Yeah, I've never heard an American say twat before.
That's because they pronounce it like with an H.
Oh.
They say like twat, and like that's not the English, you retards. It's twat with an A. There's no H in there. Like, wow, what the hell is wrong with you people? Many things, I suspect, but they can't say wanker either.
No, they can't.
Because they roll their R's in this weird kind of way.
Wanker.
Yeah, like that. It's like, no.
Wanker. You're such a wanker.
Yeah, it's quite funny. So like, I've been watching Mauler's like 17-hour review of Star Wars Outlaws, and
literally a whole day commitment.
I know, but the entire time I'm going like, wait, this is Spoon. No, wait, it's not. And like the fact that you guys sound so similar is amazing. It's really cool.
I mean, he is Welsh.
Is he Welsh?
Yes.
I don't know that. I can't hear that subtle difference. Maybe if I actually
it's because he's tried to iron it out. That would be the reason why.
Oh, okay.
I mean, so if you spoke with a Welsh accent, then you would definitely tell he's from Wales. No, but I mean, there's a peculiar way the Welsh speak. You can go like, oh, that's definitely fucking Welsh, yeah.
Yeah. And so we were initially going to do this chat on Thursday, but you had another thing, and then. But I mean, I initially wanted to talk to you about, like, I kind of titled this "Uncomfortable Truths" because, you know, this kind of hollow back to this whole Nick Fuentes, Piers Morgan debate, and I thought we'd maybe cover a bit of it, and then let's just see wherever we go with it. I mean, I wanted to get your thoughts on the Nick Fuentes thing, and sort of because we were chatting kind of in Discord, and I went like I posed this to you, and I went like, it almost feels like there's this Overton window that shift, and you go like, well, Overton window is kind of bullshit term made up, like if I understand it correctly, it's almost like a word used to kind of stifle debate or stifle ideas.
It was as far as I can tell, my friend did research on it, and I will follow his word to the law because, dear God, Scrum does an ungodly amount of fucking autistic research that no one else will ever do. And his perspective was, it was created by someone post the Bush era, and it was basically made up by think tanks to sell to politicians the idea that they can move the discourse. They're basically selling a concept. It's not real.
Yeah. But
yeah, that's it's complete bollocks. Like I tend to ignore the Overton window entirely, whatever the hell it means. I just go, is this true? Yes or no? I don't really give a flying fuck about what the hell somebody else thinks about. Oh, this is a taboo thing to say, is not. Yeah, I don't care. I will say this person did something useful, this person did something bad, and these things are useful to believe, and these things are fucking not.
No, I agree with you, but I mean,
simple,
but I mean, how I view it is like, if I look at, for example, like sort of media as like, or common discourse that we see on, and obviously this is very subjective. So again, I look at it and go like, there's certain things that all seen mainstream media discuss, and some things that they don't. And I mean, maybe that's the reference to the term. I don't know. Maybe we should call it something else. But I mean, it seems like that there is a shift in what we're kind of allowed to talk about, or what we are talking about. Or maybe it's just the sense that people have now gone, listen, I don't give a fuck. This is truth. This left-wing ideology of like trying to silence people for pointing out absolute fact. We don't give a fuck anymore. We don't care that you're saying that you think this mentioning actual truths is racist or hateful or some shit. Truth is truth. Like, let's just fucking, because I remember there was this video I watched years ago that Sargon did. Sargon went to some college somewhere, and he called it, basically all he did was he got up on stage and he started reading what was considered hate facts. And it was like,
yes, I remember that.
You remember that one? Yeah. Like, and he was going, but those are the kind of concepts that we are not allowed to talk about. But these are real things.
Strategies about like Muslims and women, and
Yeah. He was going like, like if you look at like what is it, anal cancer, and it's something like it affects 1% of 3% of men, right? But then, for example, if you look at it in a specific community, it's like it's 95%. We're going, those are worrying. Those are facts that we should go, wait, hold on. But we can't say them because those are
because
hateful.
you're smashing an exit-only hole, so that'd be the reason why.
Yes. But again,
I mean, considering what goes out of it, the idea that you want to put something in there is just insanely dumb.
No, but
people say, look, being gay is an abomination. If I just look at human anatomy, I can see, yeah, that might be a reason for that.
But I mean, that's kind of like the idea of like there are these
biology.
Yeah, but there are these truths that we kind of somehow aside. But that's the thing with you. You don't abide by going, this is truth, and I don't give a fuck if I would say it. I mean, and this is what I was like kind of worried about.
Because I'll go insane if I don't.
No, of course. But I sometimes look at here's this thing I'd like to point out. I'm having an argument with someone on Twitter, and I'm going, fuck, I can't say this thing because my face is here. I'm South African, and in South Africa we've got hate speech laws. I mean, that's the cool thing with you. We don't know who you are. We don't know kind of where you are. That's which is good. You have that anonymity, right? And that's why I, for one, support anybody being anonymous on X or any platform. I don't think you should. Yes. There's a reason where you can do that, so you can say the things we the fuck need to hear. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I like about that. But then obviously there's certain things I'm going, oh wait, that's the truth. I'm going, fucking can't say it. I should probably just keep, because I mean like a friend of ours, Ronaldo, he's been taken to the Human Rights Commission, like what 200,000 rand in legal fees just to prepare the case, and then they go, you know what, fuck you, we don't care anymore. Do you know what I mean? So it's like that. I'm always have that the back of my head when we're like thinking about these things. You know what I mean? But yeah, I thought it would be an interesting conversation to have about some truths we're not allowed to utter, and like especially with some of the stuff that Nick Fuentes has said. Sorry.
Well, the thing is, if I look at Fuentes' perspective, first of all, let me just say this, because people are wondering, is he a Fed? I don't think he's worked for the federal government.
No, I don't.
Do I think he has associates in the federal government? Absolutely. Like the thing that I just find very bizarre about him is Fuentes was in the political wilderness for fucking years, and now he was basically broadcasted by the New York fucking Times. Like the New York Times is apex basic bitch regime. So if the New York Times talks to you, like they're trying to bring you into the fold. Same with Hassan Piker. I mean, they were trying to bring him into the fold. I mean, they're basically trying to make him a left-wing version of Joe Rogan, which is fucking retarded on so many levels, because Joe Rogan is just a dude.
Yeah.
He doesn't have left or right perspectives. He just has perspectives on reality. You can't make someone go, hey, look, we want masculinity, and you don't have any masculine values aside from you look like you do steroids. That doesn't sell. That's fake. You dumbass. That's never going to work, because why the hell, if they're seeking masculinity, why the fucking hell would they go to the jackass who looks on roids but pudgy as shit versus the dude who's actually masculine?
Yeah.
What the hell? There's not a left-wing version of Joe Rogan. If Joe Rogan is like for being masculine, then you're trying to out-masculine him. You don't get a freaking fraud and say, hey, look, follow this. That's fucking stupid. I guarantee you it was only women who came up with that stupid shit, because no man is dumb enough to fall for that kind of crap. Because it doesn't make any bloody sense.
Yeah.
But as far as Fuentes goes, I sort of looked at him and went, okay, I don't trust you for a single second. Not because I don't trust you. It's because I don't trust how the apparatus thinks of you, and you are now mainstream. That to me is, no one actually ever talks about that. They just address Fuentes as if he's just this person who was out in the reeds and is now walking in the city normal. I'm like, no, that to me is just sketch as shit.
Yeah.
But I sort of looked at.
Sorry. So what you're saying is that you think that obviously someone like Fuentes doesn't just magically become in the mainstream. There's some kind of hand that's assisting him getting into the mainstream. Is basically what you're saying.
Yes. Yeah, essentially. I don't know
is this where the comment comes from that he's a Fed? Is that the correlation?
I think no. The Fed comment comes from because of how he was dealt with January 6th. That he basically got off scot-free.
Yeah, because he was there.
He did some
he was
deals,
there
yeah,
and like with the bullhorn going, and like what he was saying was pretty much, we're taking it over, and like what his rhetoric was.
Yeah,
that's quite that's quite weird that he wasn't sort of like he didn't go to court or any shit like that because of it. So okay, you make a point.
Yeah, but whether he's highlighted to breathe life into the dying embers of racism, or he's being mainstreamed to have his edge dulled and his fan base essentially neutered of their balls and brought into the fold to just basically be squashed, is anybody's guess. But if I look at Piers in the situation, Piers has he had a bunch of obstacles to overcome when it came to the interview. But the biggest problem Piers Morgan had going in is the fact that he's Piers Morgan. Because Piers Morgan is, by any objective standard, an utterly unimpressive, unremarkable specimen. In fact, the only thing about Piers that is remotely impressive is his net worth. He's worth about 30 million, apparently. But even that has an Achilles heel. Like, it's arguably the prime factor responsible for that mentality of his. He can afford to not suffer the consequences of the typical delusional worldview espoused by his disconnected ilk. He's quite the NIMBYist. Not in my backyard, if you're unfamiliar with that phrase. Aside from that, he's 60 years old. He's not young. He's not attractive. He's not athletic. He's not strong. And he's not intellectually thought-provoking at all. But so despite the fact that he's technically Gen X, spiritually, he is a boomer. He is a typical male feminist, overly feminized, utterly emasculated, basic bitch, shitler boomer. Which would explain why his wife, which hasn't remembered their anniversary for like almost 10 straight years.
What is that? I've been seeing some like memes about it, and I've never like followed. But what was the shit with his wife?
Well, it's because his wife is openly suggesting she fucks anyone but him.
That's it. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, and she's been openly mocking him about this on social media.
Jesus.
And many people are now seemingly aware of this. And as a consequence, the man who once claimed he has thick skin seems to have had that completely eviscerated, given that he recently went on this banning spree on social media, and many people, including myself, flashed their blocked by Piers Morgan badges. Yeah, as some kind of amusing status symbol, because it's funny. And so if you add all of these things together, this is why Piers Morgan has the reputation that he does. If you ask your average English person, tell me the first word that comes to mind when it comes to Piers Morgan. Guarantee you the top 5 will be twat, wanker, punchable, or see you next Tuesday. Guarantee you. Fucking guarantee you. Right? But never mind all of that, right? There is another glaring piece of information that completely slipped by Piers, which is not a surprise when your head's firmly up your own ass. But, he's 6 years old. Nick is 27. So there's more than 30 years between those two people. And Piers, despite having over 8.6 million followers on X, he doesn't seem to have the faintest idea how the internet actually works, who's on it, or given that he is renowned as probably one of the most unlikable figures in all of England, unable to realize that a substantial portion of that following that he has on X mostly despise his guts and are just there to dogpile him when he inevitably talks a load of shite. And this is where his strategy going in is so comically stupid. I'm starting to question the motive because, again, Nick is 27. His entire audience has been built online for like 10 years.
Yeah.
Now, I don't need to tell you guys this, but the internet is not comprised primarily of the boomers. And I went to go look up some data on his demographics. The only thing I could find that was public was April of 2023 when the YouTube channel hit about 1 million subs. But even then, the largest viewing demographic for Piers' channel was ages 25 to 34. It's the same as mine. Nearly 72% of the audience is under 44. That's Nick's audience.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Anyone can find this out. This is like standard basic bitch information you can get with AI in seconds. So if you combine all of that, Piers' strategy is for the so-called interview was so thick, it invites suspicion to me, because what we have here is a stereotypical, out of touch, disconnected, elitist, basic bitch boomer of Boomerville with boomer values. And he thought he could just saunter his openly cucked ass into Gen Z Avenue and chastise Gen Z for not adhering to said boomer values. Piers is so stupid that he didn't realize the majority of the viewers were not going to be normies who had never heard of Nick. I would probably wager a lot of them were fans of him, which means they didn't tune in to see who Fuentes is. No, they tuned in to watch Nick verbally kick Pierce's ass.
Exactly.
A feat that he accomplished pretty successfully, considering the comment section had like over like 100,000 comments, and you would scroll for like a fucking 45 minutes before you even saw any comment that said something positive about Pierce. Like, Pierce got his ass handed to him. And on social media afterwards, he was coping for like several fucking hours till the wee hours of the morning. Right? This is what's so insane to me. He practically gave Fuentes home advantage and proceeded to play a highlight reel of his best bits to his face and to Nick's audience and tried to get him to disavow himself. Like, wait, if you put it like that, this is so fucking retarded that I still keep looking at it going, Piers, how did you think this was going to go?
Exactly.
Because I can't imagine you didn't look at this and go, okay, my audience is not boomers. I would say it's almost like because I've seen this twice now, and looking back at it now, I would almost say it's two different people with two different goals. I think the goal of Piers was not to talk to Nick or even at him. I think he was talking to like cosmopolitan neo shitlibs and basically trying to chastise Fuentes as a way to signal like, oh, look how virtuous I am, like basic fucking twats that the boomers are. And Nick, because Nick is charismatic and funny, and he knows this is what Piers was going to do because everyone warned him. And he said himself, like, I've been doing this for 10 years. Like, this is nothing new. That he knew what was going to happen. And so he basically just riffed off what he was been doing for like fucking years now. Yeah. And so every single thing that he did, Nick had a rebuttal for it. It was just so weird to me because I went through about halfway through, I realized Piers isn't actually doing anything. He's basically just going, look, Gen Z, not boomer. I have boomer value. Boomer value better. He does not have a boomer value. Look, boo. That's it.
Yeah. That was the thing.
That's all he did.
But the thing that kind of like, this is where I got confused because I like, you know, again, like this is just me being an idiot. But going and watching Piers, like, because every now and again I tune in, but only when it's like someone like Andrew Wilson, I'm going, okay, cool, oh my God, let's just see like Andrew Wilson fucking slay, right? I would watch Piers, and that's the only reason. And I'm going like, okay, wait, he's whole uncensored, where he's like actually trying to get to a point. But if after watching the Nick Fuentes interview, and I'm looking back, I'm going, he's still doing old school fucking CNN journalism, where you get someone on and he goes, here you say bad thing, you bad person. That was the extent of it. There was no conversation. It's 2 hours. They could have taken the first topic and just spoken about that forever, but they didn't. Or like the second one, the first one was fucking stupid. They could take the one and go, cool. So, and try and understand his position. But that wasn't what Piers wanted to do. It's like he was doing this almost as he was like, somebody put a gun to his head. Okay, what you're going to do is we're just going to nail him on every single thing he said. And then we're not going to ask why and what is his reasoning behind it. Not one time did he ask. Nick had to interject that every time. The reason I think this is thus. And then as soon as he did, let's move on to the next clip. It was insane.
Yeah, because it was 2 hours of him trying to score a gotcha.
Yeah, and it just didn't fucking work on him. And Nick was just going,
yes. Yeah, because one thing that's really bizarre about Piers engages in this interview as if human beings can't learn from experience. Yeah. Like that learning mechanism of human beings doesn't exist in Piers' world. Like, for example, like he said that his father didn't go to certain restaurants because of like the demographic. Now, Nick is, again, he's 27. He's been on the internet. Okay, anyone who follows Nick who's been on the internet, I guarantee you, has seen a godly amount, or ungodly rather, amount of black people in America in restaurants who just behave like uncivilized animals. throwing plates and food and shooting people and stabbing people over chicken sandwiches, like fucking, Waffle House Wendy.
Become memes. Yeah, dude, it's become memes. It's such a like that's the thing with memes. Why memes are truth in humor form. It's like it's so real in truth that like we have memes about it. So I completely agree with you.
And Piers doesn't seem to understand how the internet works. He doesn't seem to recognize that, hey, look, people who live on the internet all damn day long sees this shit, and if you see this repeatedly in a loop, you're gonna avoid these people because they act like complete shitheads. He doesn't seem to get that. It's just so bizarre to me, because I looked at that and went, you do realize anyone who watches this, before you even get any view out of Nick, the fact that his father was like that, anyone who's watching the internet go, oh, look, Nick's father was sane. No one is going to think that of his father. It's like, oh, look, his father has pattern recognition, and so does Nick. My God, Nick is just like his dad. They have brains. That's what normal people who've been on the internet think. And Piers just go like, oh, no, your father's a racist. Like, dude, first of all, it is really scummy dead naming his father for this person who once got killed. And you're doing this now. Like, you do realize maybe he doesn't, because it's fucking Piers Morgan and he's up his own ass.
He doesn't give a shit.
But the first 10 minutes, like, Piers, are you trying? Like, I can look at it. Like, are you trying to be the heel? Are you trying to be the villain? Because you're doing a good job of it. Like, if you're trying to smear the guy, and you like, this is the thing. If you are trying to chastise somebody for not having morals, it would behoove you to have the moral high ground and not try and dig them dirty and kick them in the balls for 2 straight fucking hours. Yeah. The strategy from what he's trying to do from the position. It's like Satan trying to chastise you for not being holy. It's like, you're Piers Morgan. You're a dickhead. You have no moral high ground. You're an emasculated feminist cock. Dude, the other thing, I think, this is just from a philosophical perspective. If I were to just look at the boomer regime, which is post-World War II, never again, which is basically anything that the Nazis did were bad, right? So you can't be nationalist, right? You can't value your own people, because this leads to genocide. No, it obviously doesn't, because you can just look at history. Yes, people have liked nation states. People have valued their own. It hasn't resulted in genocide. Well, it does if you look at the current state of Israel. But anyway, basically, but conveniently. But if you just look at that kind of perspective, and you look at what Piers doesn't realize, that the end result of that is people are unified by 2 things, consumption and sex. And that's it. And once you realize that the world is more than just what you can articulate through dollars, that's when the entire worldview basically collapses. Because there is differences between men and women. There is differences between ethnic groups. People do not like to be around people who don't speak their language, don't have their heritage, don't have their values or their guns or bloodlines. That's completely normal throughout every facet of human history.
Yeah.
Yes. And so when you look at the Third Reich, because the funniest moment for me is when he just said, like, what makes Hitler cool? And he just goes, the edits. And there were several videos of just like the Third Reich with like badass, like, pop or like rave music. And it's just marching and bombs and just uniforms and architecture. And it's like, the reason why that resonates is because your regime has none of that. Every single one. This is something that boomers don't seem to understand. It's not that we don't like individualism. It's that individualism just results in you being degraded. Like, even though the men of uniform are marching in unison and they're completely, essentially, like autonomous statesmen, in the sense that they're just pawns of the state has a goal, and it's a masculine goal. It is people who have been absolutely mauled and humiliated by the Treaty of Versailles, and here's this one man promising to restore them to their former glory. That signals purpose. And it's purpose that you can't define through money, which is something that is completely anathema to boomer mindset, because they are completely defined by their job and their net worth. That's it. They have nothing else of value. And so when they have all of the wealth and basically lord it over the next generation is going to go, to hell with you. We're going to piss on your graves when you're dead. So I'm not remotely surprised why people. The thing is with the Hitler comment, I just thought was kind of weird because he also said like he likes Stalin. So my mindset was like, okay, this is not a Nazi thing. This is not even a communist thing. It's like there's something special about those men that he supposedly likes. He could just be like shit posting to piss off peers, which I completely agree with.
Exactly.
It's funny. Yeah. But all of these men they're men of action. Like they're men that shape world history. And there's like a certain amount of badassery to that. So I can sort of see why young men find that appealing.
No, of course, because I think I was who was that? But it was this kind of hollers back to a lot of the stuff that I think, like, I must say stuff that Andrew's talked about, where it's like, you know, men kind of crave this concept of duty. And this is what I always had this thing where I've talked about it before on the show. When I go like, one part about America I don't get. Because to America is like, what is the fucking longing with, especially like men in America about the fucking military? Yeah, you know, like, thank you for your service. That's always been a weird thing. And then when I heard him explain that, the whole concept of striving for duty, something that's bigger than just money. There's a duty, there's a reason, there's a purpose to my life. I kind of went, oh, okay, I get it now, right? I understand where that vibe comes from, and that's the longing, and then that's why you understand this thing. But the part that kind of I was kind of freaked out about, why, like, obviously there's reasons to it, but like, how is him going? How is Nick Fuentes going? Like, Hitler's cool versus every other fucking communist like leftist going, oh my god, like totally into like Marxism and all this shit, and like, but when the two are completely like, it's chalk and cheese, like fucking communism killed 10 times that, but it's completely fine for you to, in polite conversation, to even mention that, you know what, I think Lenin and Stalin, these were good people. Like, it's totally cool. No one's going to go, oh, how dare you, versus Nick making a joke. And I kind of see it as a joke of going, oh, I think Hitler's cool. It's like he literally brought someone on to chastise him about how insensitive that is to do. But it's completely fine.
Yeah, that actually was really funny.
It's insane.
I like when friends just were like, who the hell is this person? Like, why do I care? He doesn't care about my country. He knows nothing about me. Piss off. Like, oh, me mum. Like, he basically made the guy a meme.
Yeah, he did. And then the guy comes on trying to sell his book as well at the same time. I'm going like, oh,
yeah, which is like, which is the most Jewish thing fucking ever. Like, oh my god.
My favorite part was when Pierce goes, "Are you making fun of Jews?" And then Nick responds, "Too soon."
Yeah. Oh,
yeah, that was
fuck, dude, that was fucking hilarious. God, this is what I'm talking about. When I mentioned, like, this is what I kind of like, the idea of like, this is where the idea of the Overton window popped into my head. And maybe, like, again, like, I agree with you, it's probably not the right way, but there's a thing, what do we call that where it's like, these things are completely fine to say in public discourse. Like, you can come out and I can be, oh my god, I love like fucking Marxism, and this is communism is great. Like, even though it killed 160, yeah, fuck the body count. That's totally cool. We're gonna try this again. And then somebody goes like, well, maybe we should be fascist. And going, oh, you know what? Oh my god, we should fucking completely kill this person. Again, not supporting either of two. I'm just going like, is there no fucking reality, contextual reality between these two ideologies that both are kind of maybe cuck? And like, but why is the one fine to be in support of, yet the other one is, that's just not cool, when the one that everybody's into is worse? I don't understand it.
Who comprised the majority of the communists that took over Russia?
Right? Who comprises the majority of the communists that took over Russia?
Which demographic? I'll give you a hint. The Nazis were not fans of them. Yeah, okay. That's the reason why.
All right, I get it. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. Yeah. It makes sense.
It always boils down to them.
Yeah.
Every single time. If you ever see any kind of shit that makes you go like, why is this, like, just look who's funding it. Just follow the money. It is always them every single fucking time.
But this is the thing. I remember this a while ago where Dinesh D'Souza did this. I remember he did this documentary I watched where he explained the difference between the left and the right, and then the idea where sort of somehow fascism ended up on the right when it wasn't really. And he goes like, the reason it did that was because there was a massive push from academia to kind of move it to the right, move that, well, you know, when actually communism, fascism, all these things are kind of it's collectivism. It's just different forms of it, right? Like, whereas my old school view of like the left and right would be like, you know, anarchism on the one side and complete, you know, like monarchy, dictatorship on the other side. You know, again, I don't think anarchy is fucking, I think it's fucking terrible. I mean, have you seen some of the, like, I remember my wife told me about this anarchy village somewhere in Germany. Fuck me, it's just disgusting. I can just imagine it stinks. Like, it just smells awful.
Yeah, I tend to have a bit of a different view from the left and the right, because there is overlap between the two.
Yeah.
I would say more it's that both the left and the right, they want the same thing, but how it manifests is where they disagree. Because if you look at like all of the social programs that the left advocates for, it's not that the right technically has a problem with them. It's that they don't trust the current people in power to actually use it for good purposes.
Yeah.
Like if you say to the people like of the right, you can have your leftist politics, but it's only for your ethnic group, I guarantee most of them would be fine with it. Like if you say to like, hey, look, everyone in Britain, you are purely by English blood only allowed to any social services, I guarantee that the English right would have no problem with it. But the main problem they would have for it is just logistics. It's like, okay, we do not trust a single person in power with that kind of power, because there's none of them that actually speak for the English. So the issue is more the fact that the current elite is really, really weak, like spiritually. They are not in any way decent human beings. They're really just like wicked, lazy twats that are very prone to just cowardice and treachery. And they're just inferior men. That's why when you look at someone like a Stalin or a Hitler, these are people that, okay, for good for ill, bring up their nations, but they actually care about their nations. No, they'll massacre anyone that gets in their way, as is the case with anyone who wants to rule alone. Yeah. But, just like Hassan saying Mao is cool. But that's the case with anyone. There's like, it is normal for people to follow the one. There's nowhere like, just look at this in terms of human history. If you want to know anything about any place, the first question you ask is who's in charge, because that defines the nation, is who is the head. We still adhere to that, by the way. If you look at how any election runs, people behave as if the president is a king.
Yeah, we do. We do kind of have that,
especially Europeans, because that's normal for us. Like kingship is European history. It is for most of us. Like we are not. We don't know what the hell democracy is. We don't know anything about anything of anyone in government. No one has any idea of statecraft. No one knows what the hell government actually does behind the scenes. No one freaking knows anything. It's hi, look, this person says things that I like. I want him in office, even though I know absolutely nothing about him or his history or how he handles finances or his economic history or his ability to run the state. We know absolutely nothing but a smile and a fucking handshake. Oh my goodness,
he's said a thing that we like.
It's embarrassing.
He's going to give me the thing. Well, what more like increase.
I want more gifts.
Give me that. Yeah, that's all it is.
It's gifts.
Yeah, it's insane. I mean, listen, when was it? About like, not last Thursday, the Thursday before, we had Ronaldo on, and then the Byron from Morning Shot popped in, and we kind of chatted about this, and he literally made the same arguments you were making. He was going like, he completely agrees that the concept of democracy is flawed. It's like, it's a fuck up. It'll never last. Like and he went, I was going like, he said the words, he's going, oh my God, he said, a monarchy would probably be the ideal system to have. And I mean, since we've had our chat a while back, and I'm going like, no, you make a lot. It really does make a lot of sense. And I've been pondering over it about like, over the months. I'm going like, well, actually, when you look at this option, and like one of the things that just really stands out is like, it's like you're kind of like, if you have a lineage of people monarchy, you're basically being trained like year after year. And I likened it to. Yeah, exactly. But I likened it to the concept because I saw there was some professor, this black guy, giving I think it's a college course or something. There's a short clip of him, and he basically explains the concept of farming. And he goes like, people don't seem to understand. This is a generational fucking thing it's like it's in your bloodline to farm. It's like it's not, you can't just teach someone. It's like it's commercial farming on the scale that
information
they do it,
is passed down.
Yeah, exactly. But it's like you go like, okay, cool. Like I'm going to plant lemons today. You have like it makes zero marketing sense to think of planting lemon tree today. That's only going to you're going to be fucking harvested 5 years, 6 years from now, and you have no clue what you're going to be able to sell it for if the market's going. And that is commercial farming. The same, I would then apply it to going like, well, fuck, that makes sense. You apply it to sort of monarchy where people have been trained for years and generation upon a generation to do this. And like, just like I looked at a little one, I'm going like imagine you have someone like Julius. I take the worst person in South Africa, and I'd go like, say, Jacob Zuma. Imagine he was the king of the country. You're going, oh fuck, that's a terrible idea. I'm going, but wait, hold on. What if he was the king? There's no issue of money. He's never going to try and steal money because he's the king. He has all the money he needs.
He owns the land, yeah.
He owns the land. So it's like he's never going to try and steal more. Like he just doesn't need to. So that kind of eliminates sort of theft on the scale that we have today.
At least minimizes the corruption, yeah.
It scales. There we go. Yeah. Exactly. It's like we're going like, okay, wait. So that kind of makes sense. And I was going, and then a lot of things I started to thinking over and over, going, yeah, fuck, Spin was right.
Yeah, because politicians work in stints. They basically loot while they're in office. Yeah, so they're basically as corrupt as humanly possible whilst they're in office. And it's when they leave, they get like a cushy lobbying job. It's basically like what democracy facilitates is basically third world corruption without the violence.
Fuck, that's a good one. Because I mean, the one thing that Byron said, he was going like, if he asked me this simple question, he goes, how long does it take to build an airport? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like fucking South Africa, 20 years, a nuclear plant, 20 years. And then he goes, how long is a politician in office for in South Africa? And he goes, I'm like 5. And he goes, yeah, that's why nothing ever gets done, ever. And I was the same thing applied kind of like to the National Prosecuting Authority, right? So they're in term for 5 years. Now we ask the question, why has nobody been arrested with regards to the fucking what was the commission we had, the Zondo commission, where they looked into state capture? That happened fucking 10 years ago. It carried on for 10 years. The National Prosecuting Authority is never going to arrest anybody or make a case, because it's like, why would you take on a job that's going to take 3 terms, 15 years to get
you?
I mean,
there for one.
Exactly. It's fucking pointless.
Yeah.
It just, and it's almost like it feels like it's designed to promote corruption. And I'm like, the more I look at it, I'm going, democracy kind of facilitates more and more corruption. It just makes it easier.
Yeah, because they only work in stints. I always just find it really weird when I see politicians are saying like, oh, look, in 20 years' time, we're going to have X, Y, and Z. I'm like, bitch, 20 years' time, you'll be dead.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even going to be in office for that long time. You won't even be alive, let alone in office. It's just, it doesn't make any freaking sense to me. I kind of look at that and go, okay, who have you lined up after this person? And who is making these things? Because there's no way in hell through that person's words. So either you're talking shite, or whatever put you in office is going to put the next person in office and then the next person in office, because that lineage does not make any functional sense. No, because Lord knows, because this is why executive orders in the presidency in the United States is complete bullshit. Because one person comes in, signs, and the next person just comes and undoes it. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. It's just that, well, this person was done by my predecessor, and then I can just get rid of it.
Yeah,
it's just bullshit 100%. Faction politics back and forth. Yeah, there's no people who actually, like, you're supposed to represent what's good for the nation. Yeah, like, your political class shouldn't ever be at odds. You should be working in unison. But then there's that quote, I can't remember who's the guy said. He just said, in America, there's 2 parties. There's the evil party and the stupid party. And occasionally they get together and do something both stupid and evil. It's called bipartisanship. Which is true. If they ever get together and do something, the person who suffers most is you. Because they don't do anything that harms each other. It's only for their benefit. And their benefit comes at your expense. Because that is the only way any politicians gain power, is by taking it from the people. That's whenever I say like, oh look, that's whenever you see like Democrat politicians, whenever they work with any Republicans, those Republicans are fucking hated by the right wing or so-called conservatives. I don't think America has many right-wing people. I think they basically just have liberals and leftists. Like a genuine right wing in America scares the crap out of people. No,
but I mean, a genuine right wing.
Like segregationists with an edge.
Yeah, but I mean, what would you define? Like, if you had to say that, what would you define as like a proper right wing, like a political an ideology that's focused on nationalism, duty, like could you give me an example? Sort of like, what would you say would be a proper right wing if you could put it into, like, you know?
Well, I would say a proper right wing government has no compulsion about saying that they openly represent their own ethnic group and have no problem weaponizing the state to crush anyone who disagrees with them. Because that's historically what everyone has always done. It's like, this is my group, this is my ethnic group, and my ethnic group deserves to live in peace and harmony with their own kin, because that's completely normal for like literally all of human history. People are tribal; they don't want to be around people that don't look like them, and basically have reverence for hierarchy. I would say the worst thing that the Americans do, and this is just like a pet peeve of mine, is they have this weird reverence for thinking that their political class should represent them and be like them. I think that's completely insane. I would never want the person in charge of a country to relate to me. That to me is batshit insane. Like, I don't want to sit down with a person and go, oh, look, I could do your job. Like, bitch, if you run a country, I want you to have like at least 25 IQ points more than I do. 100%. I want you to have an extensive history of statecraft. I want you to actually know what the hell you're doing. And most importantly, I want you to be able to look at someone and kill them. Like, literally, I want you to be able to, it's like, you are in my way, die. Because that's what old kings used to be able to do, is like be unflinching of power. And our politicians are like, oh, look, we don't want to do that because it might cause trouble. It's like, oh my God, you sound like such a basic bitch.
But I mean, where does this idiocy come from? Where it's like, because I've never understood it.
The Enlightenment.
No. The thing that I don't understand is and I'm probably gonna blame this on feminism or something. Where why would you want? And this is the argument I hear all the time: is going, well, you know, we want a representative democracy where the person looks like me. Why? Why would you want? What does the fucking race of the person that's there have to do with you if they're completely ideologically differ from you? But you're just happy the fact that you're like you, they look kind of like you. Oh, look, they're kind of pale like me. Why does it fucking matter? Why does any of that shit matter? What is the fucking drive for that?
I think in the old ways, you were representative by people who were near you. That's why it used to work in the old days, is because you knew the politicians like personally. The same way you have like a town council, everyone like, you know, the person because they know you. Like, there's an actual relationship. Like, nowadays, people are represented on like a large scale. They go into Congress and they don't have any fucking clue about what the hell is going on in their district. Like, AOC was kind of like sold like that, and then once she got into power, she was basically groomed to be buddy with like the Nancy Pelosi types, and now she's like quite hated in her own district. But because there's nobody else, she's basically like a shoo-in, and she has now like a permanent job, and she's like a fucking 6-figure net worth.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's basically the machine. Like, the way that they describe the machine is just utterly retarded. That you have these bureaucrats that have buried in the system for decades, and they think some random shitlib newbie is going to come in with no experience of statecraft or how government actually works, and is going to unseat these bureaucrats that have been there for like 2 generations. Like, it's insane. Like, that's never going to work. That's the dumbest idea. The only way that gets cleaned out is if you have like the Third Reich. It's if you have like someone who just comes in and just says like, no, all of this shit. The only thing you basically keep is like the security state, somewhat, but everything else is just no. There's a good phrase I like called rage, retire all government employees.
Yeah.
Like that's how you went from East Germany to like the reunification. It's just that someone marches in, closes the offices, and say, you're done. Those people still get a pension, by the way, which is quite bizarre.
I mean, I've joked about it, but like, if you really think about it, like if everybody goes like, okay, well, this sounds hectic, but if you think about it, there is no other way to get rid of the fucking the bureaucracy. Even like in South Africa, there's no way that you can get rid of all the bureaucracy, all the horseshit. If you don't, the only way to do it is extreme, is the way of a dictator. There's just no fucking other way. You can't vote yourself out of it. There's just no there's no way of voting yourself out of fucking fucking 100 years worth of bureaucracy that's been stacked upon each other. You can't, like, if you change one thing, they're going to change 10 other things, because everybody has to deliberate and go like, well, can we add this thing to the bill and this to the amendment? You'll never get there. The only way to do it, and it sounds fucking harsh and it sounds hardcore, but kind of is the only fucking solution, right?
I see South Africa's deliberation in Parliament. It's basically an excuse to sleep and get money.
Yeah, 100%. Like, but how would you fucking change that? Through voting for it? Like, if the DA, hypothetically, the DA came into power, right? They got what, 51%. What is, does that, can they change any of the laws? No, they can't. They can't fucking change a thing. They can maybe just govern differently, but they can't change the laws. They still need to like push that through Parliament, and that's what I see as the problem these days. Because that's just bureaucracy, you know. Like, I mean, I look at the shit that's going on in America. Like, when they shut down, it's like, well, we want to add these other things and it's got nothing to do with the thing. And it's like, what? And then they sit and fucking dabble and chat about that for fucking forever and ever. It's, yeah, you kind of like sometimes you're going like, oh, dictatorship's probably the only way you're gonna make fucking do it.
Yeah, bureaucracy is just basically there to gum up the works. Even dictatorship is just 20th century language. Dictatorships is just boogeyman.
Yeah. It's just basically ruling with like just ruling. That's kind of what it is.
Yeah, it's they basically perceived as ruling via corruption. Because our politicians never do that ever. So for me, that's just like, oh, look, we need checks and balances. Like, bitch, we don't have checks and balances now. We haven't had checks and balances in fucking decades. Please, fucking stop that shit. Like every single thing you believe in as far as your democracy is concerned is like everything else you believe in. It's not fucking real. The reason why you all seem to be completely insane and just dumb is because everything you believe in your regime is not connected to reality in any way whatsoever.
Yeah.
Women are the same. No, they are not. Parliament works. No, it does not. People are more intelligent than they were before. No, they are fucking not.
No, they're fucking not. I mean, like, I look at like, and I'm gonna give you an example of going like, look at the current, Schlangler commission that's happening. It's like we're literally having a commission that's been a parliamentary inquiry into the corruption between the judiciary, the police, and the state, where they're basically funding drug dealing. They're filtering tender money to criminals, and the police can be bought. And it's like, we're doing that. It's all live, and we're going, no. Checks and balances work. Not a fuck does it. It's an absolute shit show. The government is useless. Democracy has failed. I don't think it's fuck it. Let's do something else now.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
Not communism.
I wouldn't be surprised. Well. I'm not exactly opposed to communism on paper. It's more the practice where it goes wrong.
Yeah, but because the thing is, the problem with the idea of it is fine, but at the end of the day, it's still the same bureaucracy. You still have all the people running the show going, well, we're gonna do it this way, and we're gonna keep all this stuff, and we're gonna hand it out as we see fit. So it's the implementation of it, I think, and that's why I'm like, yeah, it doesn't fucking work, But I mean, I'm starting to have. Sorry.
The whole concept of communism it's the eradication of hierarchy, which is retarded because human beings are hierarchical by nature. You're not going to get rid of that. Yeah. It's like saying we're going to get rid of tribalism. Like, bitch, no, you fucking are not. It's something bred into your DNA. You're never going to get rid of that. That is just human nature.
But what is the?
It's like saying, hey, look, we're going to make leopards hang out with snakes. It's like, bitch, no, you're not.
But what is the drive for that?
Lions.
Yeah, but I mean, what do you think? Where does that come from? Where does this absolute need?
Because if we don't, then we'll get the Nazis again. That's why it's called never again.
Fuck's sake!
The entire post-World War II, yes, the entire post-World II world order is defined by anything is better than Nazis. Like anything that the Nazis did or can become Nazis, you must get rid of. This is why they are trying to eradicate the concept of a nation state. This is why they're trying to crush the concept of nationalism, why they're trying to make everyone the same as equality when it comes to race. It's like literally anything that could potentially give rise to a nation that thinks they're better, a nation that wants to strive, and a nation that values their own kin. which is what literally every single nation has done throughout all of fucking human history. The reason why the Germans did it is because you pissed them off for literally years on end, and you tried to starve their freaking banking system. By the way, here's a fun fact for you. The first thing that Hitler did when he rode into Austria is try to get rid of their central banking system. That's why they don't like him. It's not because he tried to kill them. It's because he tried to freaking mangle their... They were trying to set up an international banking syndicate, and Hitler went like, no, we're not going to have that because that's insane. Oh, and also he hated communism. He literally said that his arch nemesis is not the Jews, it's communism, because communism just devoured the Russians, and the next thing they were eyeing was Germany. And so Hitler's rise was defensive, because they went like, oh, dear Lord, Weimar Germany is really, really weak against this thing that's eyeing us like for breakfast. And so Hitler's rise to power was, that thing is around the verge, and no, you have to do something about that. Which is understandable, you know. I've listened to a rabbi. A rabbi openly said the main thing that Hitler dislikes is communism. Like, he literally says so. And a lot of the communists were Jews.
But this is the thing. This is kind of like this whole concept of where history gets kind of like, I don't know, maybe rewritten by the victor or just rewritten by those who are in charge of it. But like it's like nothing happens, and apparently everything happens in a vacuum. Like the you know, Hitler just rose out of fucking nowhere. The sort of apartheid just happened because of no fucking reason. They just woke up one day and the Afrikaners were like, oh, we feel like being racist today. And like, these things don't happen in a vacuum. It's like cause and effect fucking all the time. It's just like, the sad part is we've just forgotten. Well, I don't think we've forgotten. I think it's purposefully obviously made it convenient. We don't want to kind of tell you why it happened. Because I mean, the thing with apartheid, it's kind of pretty simple. It's going like, you have two opposing races, two opposing factions hating each other, and then going, now you kind of have to live together. And one's going, okay, well, hold on, you guys just attacked us, murdered us, put us on spikes, fucking just decimated we're opposing you completely. And then, like, you know, 100 years later, going, oh, well, they just did it because they hated black people. Okay, no, they didn't do that because of that. They did it because you guys, like, they were warring. There was basically killing each other. That's why they went like, well, let's impose segregation so we don't. Okay, now it's like, no. The reason they did it was just racism. Just like,
the
they
Battle
just
of
hated
Blood
people.
River. Like, you tried to kill their kin. Like, their reaction is defensive. It's not because they hate you. It's because they like their own people and they'd like to see them not die.
And again, I think I was watching. Sorry, just to like, I just want to give you a bit of, not a bit of context, but there was this. I watched this interesting thing. This is years ago. The first time I've heard of Aaron Swartz, the guy from AfriForum South Africa, he was on Stefan Molyneux. And he kind of put that into like a context where you can actually kind of understand it, because he went like, I think the Slag from Butterfield, that happened 1860 somewhere 1860, 1870, if I'm not mistaken. And you're going, imagine being like 10 years old, like add 40 years onto that, and you're now, it's 1913, you're old enough to vote, and you're going, I remember that happening. I'm not going to. Let's. And they went like, let's impose segregation, and these people were going, yeah, I was there. I saw family and friends be massacred. Like, I'm totally for this. Like, when you understand like the short period of it's not like, it wasn't like retold, like, you know, like 2 generations later, like, did you hear about this thing that happened to our people? It's like, no. A lot of the people were there. They saw it happen. That's why they're going, okay, cool. No, we're kind of like, let's distance ourselves from each other because you fuckers try to kill us. That was kind of like the vibe. And that put it into perspective when you view it from that angle. It's like, that's fucking different. Going, okay, cool. Now I understand it didn't happen in a vacuum.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's most of human history. You can't just say, hey, look, these people hate other people for literally no reason.
Exactly.
Like, no one ever does that. No one has ever done that. That's why not racial discrimination. That's why any sort of anti-discrimination laws don't work, because it's always based on some arbitrary characteristic. It's because their sex or their race, or because of their gender. I'm like, bitch, if you ask anyone who doesn't like blacks, gays, Jews, or women why, I guarantee you it isn't because of just that.
Yeah.
They commit too much crime. They don't shut the hell up. One is practicing usury, and the one is really attention-seeking, and all these behaviors piss me the hell off. If I find anyone that does that, I'm going to hate them because the behaviors are annoying, regardless of whatever sex, race, or religion, or whatever the sexual orientation is. If I happen to find a gay guy who's not attention-seeking as holy hell, I probably wouldn't care. If I found a woman who knows when to keep her mouth shut and only says something intelligent, don't have a problem with her. There's a black dude who doesn't steal left, right, and freaking center. He's gonna be fine, right? If there's the Jewish one doesn't work.
And monetized. No, I'm kidding.
No, I didn't slander any of them, so it's fine.
No, of course. But I mean, again, it's like what you're pointing at is like these are aggregates, and these things kind of we are pattern recognition people. So like a species,
you have to, otherwise you'd have a learning disability.
Yeah. I do have a learning disability.
Well, it's just like if you as a mammal did not have basic pattern recognition, like you would be considered defective.
Yeah, but yes. we wouldn't make it. Like, right? Like these are the things you need to think about. Like it's like where they do that basic vibe of going. Yeah. It's like going, okay, cool. Would you cross the street if there was this person there? You're going, yeah, well, fuck it, of course I would. And all this is based on the current information I have, looking at current politics. If I was walking the street, there was 3 black guys in business suits, I'm not going to cross the road. If it was like, I don't know, you're kind of making an assessment based on race, based on what they dress, what they sound like, what they're speaking. Like there's 100 different things you're kind of pattern recognizing, going, okay, wait, these dudes look dodgy. Yeah. I'm crossing the fucking road. You know what I mean?
The fact that if they were black dudes dressed in suits, you wouldn't think of it a second way. It tells you it's not race, it's the attire.
100%. But like if you're going like, well, it's because no, but they are if they were normal looking dudes. But again, in South Africa, it'd be like I can kind of spot them because we grow up in the society. I'm going, this guy looks like he's dressed like a Tutsi. I'm going like, that's a specific fucking look. And I'm going, I'm crossing the street. Even if there were white guys dressed like that, I'm like, I'm fucking crossing the road because I know, like that's the thing. They look fucking shady, right?
Yeah, that's just completely normal human behavior.
Yeah,
but again, in our society, you're not allowed to notice human behavior.
But that's what I'm talking about.
We're
That's
just supposed to live and all hold hands and sing kumbaya, like a bitch. No.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like it kind of feels like we're going down the road of idiocracy. We're going like certain truths, and let's call them uncomfortable truths. These are just certain things that we need to kind of go like look at, going, okay, cool. Well, wait, hold on. This thing is kind of true. I know it doesn't sound nice, but this is the truthful thing. Like, and again, like if you had compare in America, you're going like the crime, it's disproportionate per capita. It's going like that's maybe you should talk about it but you're not even allowed to talk about it. So how are you even able to address it or fix it if you can't talk about it because it's that's racist? It's like that's insane.
Yes, but then again, it's also a very feminist mindset. It's just ignore reality, and everyone can be made better by state indoctrination. It's basically blank slate theory shit, which is no, that's not the way the world works.
Wait, sorry, say again, blank slate theory. Blank slate theory. Yeah, so everybody is considered equal, but that's just not true.
Well, yeah, but the blank slate theory is you can make anyone be anything through just outside manipulation, or as we call it, education. That's just not true. You can't make a genius out of an idiot. Like genetics are real, and someone that has like an 85 IQ, you're not going to make them into a member of Mensa. Like, and no amount of private tutoring or education is ever going to make that happen. That is just a fact of reality that you will notice. The same way that someone who's 5'2" is not going to play in the fucking NBA.
Yeah, of course.
And someone who can't weigh over 70 kilograms is not going to be a fucking rugby prop.
No.
Yeah, these are just realities that you have to recognize, that people are not all the same, and you can't just make them whatever you wish them to be through external manipulation. Like genetics are, I actually think we are way more determined by genetics than we are by education. Way more.
No, I would agree with you. I would agree with you, but but again, it's like those are the things we're not allowed to point out that truth. It's like everybody is completely fine with it. If this dude is way too small, he can't be like a prop, like you said. Like you can't be in the NBA. These are just like we understand this, but when you say it's like, okay, wait, hold on, like some different cultures have different IQ levels, or like some people are stupid, some people are smart, and there's a lot of stuff that kind of amps that up. If you look at I remember what Gavin McGinnis pointed out. Was he on Joe Rogan? And he pointed out that the inbreeding within some societies, and you're going like, if you look at, again, like, cancel me if you have to, but it's like,
Muslims.
I mean, you got like the inbreeding, and like what is the direct result of that? It's like it's a dip in IQ with each and every single generation. Like that's not good, right? That's not forwarding your society. It's like, and that's why like this is like all props to the Catholic Church, or not the church, who went, listen, it was in England, right? I remember the story a bit cock though, but didn't they enforce that? They went, listen, okay, cool, we're going to stop this for, I think it's like, four cousins deep or something. They went, okay, cool, we're no more boning your cousin, right? Like we're going to stop that and that made people smarter. Not smarter, but it's like it stopped people from getting dumber, right?
Yeah, because I remember the inbreeding results in the drop of IQ.
Yeah, so you kind of like,
and you're living also much more likely to have genetic defects.
Exactly. Like that's why we're getting like sort of spider babies in India. No, that's true. It's like, listen, it's like how many times do you like have somebody be born and they got like 2 extra arms? They're going like, what the fuck's going on there? That's not cool. It's like, what are you guys doing? Like, no, let's not fucking ask questions. Like, maybe let's ask them questions.
Well, yeah, you can make a circus freak show through somebody's uterus.
Fuck me. Sorry.
Sean, you have to say at least one racy thing.
Yeah.
No, I'm fucking just staying out of this one. I'm just gonna laugh.
It's funnier that way. Come on.
Yeah.
You say one inappropriate thing.
You can do it. Say something about the Chinese.
They have a better functioning government than we do.
But that's the thing, and I look at it now, and I'm going like, you know what? Like, fuck,
they're not really communist though.
No, they're not. I think their government.
They're more fascistic than they are actually communist.
Really?
Well, yeah, basically, because they have a sort of, because they have private enterprise. It's just like you need to declare your allegiance to the state, which, to be honest, I can understand. Because to me, the idea that you can sell like your basic assets, like your railway or your transportation networks or your water supply or electricity to a foreigner is fucking insane to me.
That is
why on earth would I ever allow any of my basically necessity utilities in the hands of a foreigner?
Yeah.
There is no way in holy hell I would ever do that. Like, no, like defense should be your own, right?
Yeah.
And it should be your own. Like, unless you're Russia, in which case Russia sells to basically anyone that will buy. Because if you look at Russia, this is one thing that I'll actually give the communists credit for. They built the gas infrastructure that Russia still uses to this very day, that basically fuels their entire economy. Because Russia is sitting on like an absolute colossal mountain of resources that anyone wants to make money. And for some bizarre reason, the Russian economy is bizarrely stable under Putin, which is probably explains why he's been there for like pretty much as long as I've been alive. Yeah, at least that I can remember. He's been since like 2000s. Well, Medvedev was, I think, 1 term, and then Putin was back in charge. And Putin also decided to, hey, look, there's a bunch of corruption, and I'm going to kill you if you look at me wrong. And if you, like I said, if you actually have a leader that just says, don't screw with me because I will kill you. People don't screw with them.
A less corrupt society. Yeah. I mean, exactly. But everybody goes like, but Putin's still corrupt. It's okay, but it's fine. I think like one person being corrupt versus, and I compare it to South Africa. I'm going if I had to make that sort of what's the word called? If I had to bend the knee on a certain thing, I would go like, would I rather want all of the ANC currently, like our current political society is, where everybody's fucking corrupt, all 400 members of parliament, versus just say just Jacob Zuma? I would pick just Jacob Zuma as like one person being corrupt, controlling all of it, versus all of them. So that's a better opinion, the lesser of 2 evils, the lesser of multiple evils.
And also, with one person in charge, you know who the hell to aim at.
Exactly, right? 100%.
Yeah.
I just want to say thank you, Ronaldo, for popping in. Much appreciated, good sir. And all the Voortsekkers for joining. Thanks for the raid. Really appreciate it, homie. Massive big thank you.
Heavy
I really
is
would
the
get
head
some.
that wears the crown.
Yeah, but we should. I really want to get Ronaldo in sometime. This is to have a chat with you because he's very well informed about South African politics. But I'd love to have that square off with sort of like historical, like your like the history that you have. What's the word?
Theory crafting.
Yeah, like there we go. That's the thing. It's like how does this compare with like what works historically versus the current system we have? And
you want me to make him a monarchist, don't you?
Just a little bit. I think he's almost there. It's just I think his whole vibe in politics has been like going, and I think it's like the thing. I've held on to it a lot. I'm going like that concept of individuality, right? And you're going, okay, but that, and I've come to the realization where it's like, that doesn't really work for our society. You know what I mean? Kind of like I want to be individual and sorry,
but you're never an individual. Like you're always part of a tribe, even in your own family.
And that's the truth, though.
Yeah, even in the smallest unit, your own family, you're still not one person. You're part of a group. You're always part of a group. Like it's something that I realized a while ago that this doesn't even work when you engage with any other human being. Like just think about this: if you speak to any person you don't know, the first thing you want to know about them, or basically anything you want to know about them, is based on some other collective identity.
Yeah.
Like, I want to get to know the individual through things that I know about other people. The first thing you want to know is where they're from.
Why? Yeah, where they're from.
Because you might know other people from there, and then you can sort of put them in a box of where they can potentially be, what the potential people can be like based on what you know from where they're from. Yes.
Yeah, 100%. Like if other guys like, oh, where are you from? Someone goes America. I'm going, fuck me. You're going to go.
There you go. Yeah, because you have perceptions of Americans. Yeah.
Exactly. You're going to go, okay, they're like, what's like they're a bit of schmucks. They're, like over exaggerate everything themselves. There we go. Much. That's like you kind of If someone, and this is the thing that I get when I hear other people going, oh, you're from South Africa. They go, oh, like South Africans, they're really the friendliest people. Like, that's the thing that we have. We're like really friendly people. We like to feed you. We're that's the vibe that people get. Oh, they're fucking, you hear this from. Are South Africans arrogant? I mean, you mean Americans?
Oh, yeah.
Americans are arrogant.
Well, compared to the Americans, no one's really arrogant because they're really of their own.
Yeah, exactly. Because in South Africa, I mean, I remember this thing about
like, arrogant. In my case, it's kind of true. So,
but I mean, like, for example, like I remember one thing about like the British. They would always like, you're like, oh, you're from South Africa. Yeah, you're hardworking. Yeah, fuck, of course, because all the students would go work in England and just fucking work their balls off to make money and then come back, and like everybody's going, oh, South Africans are like hardworking, friendly fucking people, So yeah, no, I get what you mean. It's like you are part of your tribe. Like that is true. Who was it?
My reply would have been, because you tried to kill us and there's less of us. Now we have to work harder. I'm not sure they will know what that means, though, but yeah.
No, but I mean, no, they would. I mean,
some of them would. The older ones, yeah. I mean, during the Second World War, one of their units was named after the Boer War commander units.
Oh, hectic.
Yeah,
I wanted to point out
the commander units was named after the Boer units during the Boer Wars, because they had a reputation for being quite tough.
Hectic. Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Boer people, I wouldn't circle with the Boer. Like, if you look at like any demographic, who would I not circle with? The Boers would be up there next to like Samoans, because Samoans are just fucking huge.
Yeah, they are. They're massive dudes. I mean, I was trying to point out, there's Aurora Light said, Spoon, nope, I don't care to die for a leader. I want a family to live. Screw leaders.
Yeah, here's the thing, though. No one thinks like that. Everyone wants to die for a good leader. Why do you think men go to war?
That is what's true. I mean, like, some people do. I mean, I wouldn't want to go to war for my country. It's just because I don't believe in it, right? It's like, I don't know if I would want to defend this. the current state and the people. Like if tomorrow they had to go, listen, we're all going to war now. We're going to go fight fucking I don't know, Zimbabwe.
Because there's no honor in that. Because you don't. Because
exactly
you don't respect any of your leaders.
Yeah, but if you had a leader you respected, that would obviously be a different story. This is why I see a lot, like, this is the one part I see about the American, like, sort of the MAGA movement, where like, if they would go to war for Donald Trump because they're trying to, he's trying to change it for the better, and I'm going like that is somebody that inspires. Anyway. Yeah. I mean, again, I don't know if, like, any of the stuff he's done, like we were mentioning earlier, like all of the executive orders, they can just be overthrown as soon as the next person's in presidency. If, like, the Democrat leader comes in, just all of that just goes out the window again. So, like, what was the point of it? You know what I mean?
Have you seen the movie 300?
Sorry?
Have you seen the movie 300?
Yeah, I love 300. Fucking amazing.
Yes. You know the bit where he, his captain next to me just says, 300, all born sons that carry on the name, and he's walking through the ranks, and still else, like, just stops and like, we are with you, sire, for Sparta, for freedom to the death. Like, there you go. And when he's on the mountain looking there, he just said, like, we hope that there's one there who will give us what we Spartans call a beautiful death.
Yeah.
And the same thing in Gladiator.
Yeah.
When he's addressing the troops, he just said, if you're just riding on the beast like with the sun in your face, you're already dead. Same thing in Lord of the Rings. When he's riding the troops, he just says, they will go to war for their king.
Yeah, I mean, if you had an inspiring king, I probably fucking would, right? But there's this thing, like, you just touched on something that's really, like, what's the word? It's inspirational, but it's like just thought provoking. Because I watched, like, you watch those scenes. Those are scenes where you sit there and you can feel the goosebumps in the back of your neck stand. Yeah, because it's almost like this. I don't know, not in the lizard brain, but there's this strive,
male brain,
duty for standing, believing, putting your life on the line for your family, for your country, for your like your society, and that's why, like, you watch Gladiator when he does the speech. I watched, like, there's the part on we were talking about the other night on Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, where, like, he's standing on the wall and he goes, I'm fighting against this tyranny, and it's going like, fuck me, that inspires the fuck out of you, right? And I don't get that in any other thing. It's like a very male orientated feeling. You're just going like, fuck. And like 300, what's it, Braveheart as well, like, fuck, we're gonna, like, going, so, like, it makes sense, man. It does.
Lord of the Rings, when Boromir dies, when he has the arrow in his chest, and he just said, I will have followed you, my brother, my captain, my king.
Bro, it's like
yeah, it's that.
No, and that's so I get what you're saying. So there is that, but I mean, the thing is just so it would depend on the leader, right? If you have a fucking good leader, you would.
Yeah,
it's almost like,
but like this is what leaders were trained to be like.
Yeah,
like this was like standard protocol for leaders. Do you know the band Sabaton?
No, not familiar.
You should go really look up a song called Carolus Rex, which is about Charles V of Sweden, who came to power when he was 15. You should look up the lyrics for that song, because that song is basically about that kind of mentality. Because it is absolutely badass. It is like power metal, and the lyrics of the song is no allegiance, I will swear no oath, crowned by God, not by the church, as my power is divine. And like the chorus is like, I was chosen by heaven. And my favorite one is when he says, I was destined to rule alone, all for myself. I have claimed the throne, born to rule, because he was raised by divine right of kings. And I like when he just says, all over Europe, my rule shall be questioned by none. Like, all I see give to me, that is my decree. Mine will be done. And it's just said with this, like, utterly, like, booming masculine voice. Just the way he says, like, all over Europe, is just, like, damn. Like, the confidence to say that and have, like, men follow you into battle.
Yeah.
Is, like, damn. Like, that's, like, I listened to that, and then I listened to like, oh look, a president was elected by some morons who knows nothing about the president. Like, this is not moving me in any way whatsoever.
No, I completely agree with you.
Like the guy, yeah. But the guy that says like, all over Europe, my rules shall be questioned by none. Like, yes, that will follow that. Like, I'm not even Swedish in any capacity, but like someone who says that kind of shit and can marshal legions of men to follow them into battle, like that's like some cool shit. Like that's why Fuentes said like that's why Hitler was cool. Because he openly said he doesn't mean it's moral. He just says, well, if you can convince that many people to go to war for, like, you're obviously charismatic. You're obviously charismatic. Yeah. There's something about you that makes men move, which is true. Like the same way Stalin was able to do that. You know, like, rally people for the motherland because like the Germans are invading. Like, yeah, there's these charismatic people. It's true. You have to like it, but you know, anyone that will basically can marshal. This is something people need to understand. It's not about what's true. It's about what animates.
Yeah. I got
because like
I got it.
Yeah, like that divine right of kings. Like if somebody is that why you're a monarch? Is like, no, that's just a coincidence. But it totally works because someone who thinks that they're divinely ordained to rule. Like there's this really good clip. I can't remember the name of the show, but this young lady, she sits with the queen, and they asked like, what is monarchy? And he said, monarchy is a calling from God to give people like something to strive for in their wretched lives. And like, damn.
So that's
like the concept of your king should be the best of you is a concept that we don't think is even real. Because like, oh look, the person should be like me. I'm like, why the hell do you want your leader to be like you? Like that to me is utterly insane. I don't want my leader to be like me. I'm an opinionated jackass. I don't know much. He runs a country. I would hope he knows more than I do.
Patrick asks, so which king is left, especially in Europe, with dignity? I mean,
well, basically the bloody Americans and the English and the French got rid of that. Well, I mainly blame the French because the French Revolution. There's a really good quote by Eric von Cornelius, who said, like for the average person, the problems start with World War II. For the student, the First World War. For the genuine historian, the French Revolution. Because a lot of monarchists, for the average person, the problems of the world start with the Second World War. For the student, the First World War, and for the genuine historian is the French Revolution.
French Revolution.
Yes, because the French Revolution, it was basically a bourgeoisie revolt against the aristocracy because they thought they could be better rulers. Yeah, it turns out it just makes a bloody freaking mess. Yeah, and you know, and then that idea got transported to it was basically the American Revolution, not really the rebellion. It was more aristocrats who take over from a colony that isn't really putting up a fight. And then that mentality got transported to France. The problem is that doesn't really work because the Americans are a new nation and the French have history for like literally centuries on end. That doesn't really work. Yeah. And then democracy returns to Europe and it doesn't really work.
But I mean, if you really think about it, all we have done is we still have the elite class. It's just like they just don't label themselves as the people in power. But we all fucking know the corporations are the new kings. They obviously just share.
Yeah, the Iron Law of oligarchy.
There we go. That's all it is. But you know, so like again, wouldn't it be better to go like? But my question is, how do you think where do we go from here? Is the question. Do you think we'll be able to go back to that where we have actually people who are fucking inspired by their country? Is there even a road back to that? Or like, are we just headed for like absolute idiocracy, just shits full of fucking retardation?
I don't know enough to give an honest answer to that.
No. That's a deep one. How do you solve world hunger, Spoon?
Yeah. How do you solve world hunger? Well, you can start by not killing your farmers.
Yeah, I mean, true. But I mean, like, no, I'm like, how do we solve world peace? I know it's going like it's almost impossible. Like, how do we do? Like, I don't know if there's a route back to that, like from where we are now. And then the only way I can see, like, if I just thinking about it a little bit, it would be a bloody road, right? It would. You'd have to, you know.
I actually don't think it would be that bloody, to be honest. God, honestly, I honestly think if you just feed the peasants, they will just do that. I think people are mainly blinded by comfort. I think if you just gave them comfort, but you change the political formula, they wouldn't change that fucking shit. Because people are really easy to please nowadays, because they're basically just fat and satiated. The reason they believe the shit that they do is because they have no other goal in life, and believing that shit is just what makes them feel good. It's like their religion. So I reckon that's if you needed to change people, if you want to change the regime, you can basically do an authoritarian takeover as long as you just went, hey, look, you still have food and Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
No one would give a shit.
Like, the SASA grants are still coming, but we're going to do it this way now. And then we're like, okay, cool. As long as we get the SASA grants. That's basically what you're saying.
By the way, I especially like for the more libertarian types, because libertarianism and kingship go together really, really well. Especially if you tell the Americans, hey, look, we can have the federal government, but it's going to be 90% less people. And you can get rid of Congress. And, oh, by the way, like 90% of your taxes will no longer exist. They go like, huh, I'm suddenly in favor of monarchy. Like, yeah, as soon as you tell Americans your taxes will go away, but you can still keep your guns, Americans are suddenly massively in favor of kingship. Because Americans don't have value in anything except money.
That is kind of true.
They get really pissed off when you tell them that, but it's still true.
Yeah. I mean, I used to be a big proponent of capitalism, but like the contractual idea of it, not like the implementation of it, which is kind of very greed based. And I'm going like, I used to make the argument going, it's not greed. Capitalism is just like enforcing contracts and stuff, but in practice, it kind of is. And you know, and I do feel that government needs to be able to step in, but only if that government were not corrupted or uncorruptible. But you know, that's like wishing for like pigs could fly.
Yeah, asking for a king is a bad idea. That sounds like some Jewish shit. The only people that I've ever seen that advocates for against returning of kings are always fucking Jewish. Every single one of them. Every twat that I've seen on social media that is scared of monarchy is a fucking Jew. Europeans are not afraid of that, by the way, because kingship is in Europeans' bloodlines. Like the greatness of Europe was forged through Christianity and monarchy. It really amazes me that they think, oh look, God would not like monarchy to come back. It's like, bitch, fucking most of the freaking kings were Christian. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah. But that's the thing. It's like it's one of those things.
Is literally like the main.
The
main thing that built Europe.
Yeah, but I mean that whole vibe comes from the Bible, where like, I mean, remember the story is like from Sunday schools, like people demanded that they have some kind of leadership, and God went, okay, cool, yeah, we'll have kings now. And then we went somewhere along the line. We went, you know what, like we all should have a voice. And I'm going like, I used to like the idea of democracy was awesome. And I'm going, hold on, no, I don't think it is. I don't want everybody to vote. I'm happy with like if we had a limited people with own property that pay income tax. Like that's who I want to vote. That's where I've kind of narrowed it down to. And I'm going like, and then
please read your Bible. Wake up, dude. Please read history. Like seriously, like. Anyone that has been an advocate for divine right of kings has done through the Bible. Whether this be the French or the English, or the Spanish or the Portuguese or the Dutch, like all of these people were Christians.
Yeah, true.
Like the monarchy and kingship, monarchy and Christianity go hand in hand. Like you can't have monarchy without Christianity. Like I don't know what world you live in. Tell me where in the Bible it says republics are the way to go. Rupert Lowe and Bukele have that aura. Yeah, Rupert Lowe definitely has a kind of aura. More so than fucking King Charles does.
Trump, Rupert Lowe, and what?
Sorry, Bukele. He's a leader of. He's the sort of so-called dictator
of
El Salvador.
Oh, wait. The guy that's currently in power in El Salvador.
Yes.
He's not a dictator. Well, I mean, anyway.
A dictator in the American terms.
Yeah. Where he's just gone, listen, I don't give a fuck now. We're going to arrest every single bad guy. Fuck him. And that's kind of the shit you need to do. But again, that's what I'm saying. Like it would be considered. But that's the thing. It's like that's what I'm saying. You kind of when I see that shit and I'm going like, yeah, you kind of need a bit of dictatorship. You kind of need a bit of dictatorship to fix stuff. And obviously dictatorship in the concept of like, wow, my freedoms of being oppressed. And going, yeah, you don't have the freedom to just fucking sell drugs, fucking commit crime nonstop. Like, I mean, look at South Africa. A bit of dictatorship would do us good, right? Let's just go into just the rest of it.
I have noticed with the Americans, if you ask them what authoritarianism is, it is just the government does something that I don't like expediently. That's all it means. It's never about what does the government actually do. It's just how efficiently it does it. Because they don't know what the hell that means.
Yeah.
Like if the government were to like slash your taxes, or like say Trump just said like I'm going to pass like tax reform through the executive branch, and I'm going to cut like income tax by like 50%. That's technically authoritarian because he's bypassing all the checks and balances and he's doing it himself. Guarantee people wouldn't give a shit. Like, oh my goodness, 50% is tax. That sounds great. Like, that's done through an authoritarian way because he just did that without consulting Congress.
Without going
you would all be in favor of that because it benefits you.
Yeah, so basically it comes down to your preference of what you consider what's authoritarian from your preference. That's all it fucking is, right?
Exactly.
So then it's it's kind of a stupid argument to make. It's going like, well, a bit of authoritarianism is actually what we do need.
Yeah. Also, leave Bible out of politics and business. No, I disagree with that. I would like more Bible in politics and business, please. Is that really what you want? You want less morality in politics and business? Like, what world do you live in? If they're not ruled by morality, what will they be ruled by? Oh yeah, greed.
But this is the argument I heard. I remember Andrew being called out for this, and he went like, "This to like the separation of church and state is actually stupid. Like it's really stupid because like what do you want to be the defining morality of your politician if it's not what they believe in, if their worldview?
Yeah, it's
like you want them to leave their worldview at the door. That's kind of stupid, right? You want them to govern from a moral point of view, right?
Which comes from their religion.
Exactly. So like so I completely agree. I think they should bring a little bit more Bible into it.
The reason why they set that up, as far as I'm aware, is because they were trying to get away from the sort of wars between the Catholics and the Protestants. They're trying to avoid the budget of the European wars. Yeah. The problem of it is you will just invite other groups in to take power. Like certain people who control the money supply.
But that's how we get to where we are now, where it's going like we need to completely remove the separation of church and state. But it's like, well, you want to also remove my worldview, my Christian worldview from the decisions I make. Yet when the opposing ideology wants to interject their religious or their ideological belief into their decision making, that's completely fine. I mean that's insane.
I want to ask Aura in the chat something. Aura, how old are you? If you're over the age of 25, I'd be amazed and horrified. Because that mentality is something only teenagers think.
I've completely
maybe when you get a bit older and you actually look at the world and not through like a basic bitch anarchy perspective, then you might realize what you're advocating for is completely delusional and insane.
So what Aura says, I do not care about the leaders, kings. I believe, I believe in protecting my family, and I would remove them and myself from this whole slave system of control.
Yeah, I don't think you quite know what that means.
I mean, I try. I think I get it.
Yeah, the slave system you live in right now is called debt.
Yeah, it is. That 100% true. We do live in a complete control system. We're controlled by money and debt.
Yes. Yeah, when the old regime, you sort of had the laws, whatever, and people say, oh, look, you're a peasant or whatever. Yeah, but the peasant at least had its place in society. and there was an expectation of being cared for by the Lord. Like there's actual hierarchy that was very specific to the time and the place and the people, and that's how that used to work. We don't really have that now. Nowadays, it's, oh, look, you can be anything. You basically can't, by the way. And because when people can't rise to this really weird mythical perception they have in their head, they start blaming utterly insane shit, like systemic racism. It's like, no, you just have really shit genes and crap IQ. And your parents probably drank. And your father's in prison. The system isn't against you. It's like your mother has really crap genes and really bad choice in men. It's not really your fault. It's everything else around you, the shit.
Yeah, but I mean, but again, those comes down to the generational choices, right?
Yeah, or lack thereof.
Yeah, lack thereof. I mean, that's the thing.
Because
I mean, all I keep hearing is like people going, well, like the fact that you're white privilege where I am in life, and I'm going, no, I don't think so. I think that's sacrifice on my parents' part, like for generations, like grandparents, all the way.
Yeah,
that's just sacrifice. And going like instead of my parents, my dad deciding to become an alcoholic and leave my mother, they were like, listen, we're going to sacrifice our basic lust or need, and I'm going to do the right thing, and then you multiply that generationally, and then there's good outcomes that come from that versus. Somebody goes, you know what? I'm going to drink, and like, oh fuck me, I like booze more than certain things. Yeah, so please tell me
what politicians died for you. We haven't said, like, we don't like today's politicians, so I don't quite know what question you're asking for.
I think Aura's sort of maybe confusing the concept of you talking about like
the old
state
world.
of government kind of that worked and that like had function and was better opposed to now. And you look at, if you have to compare the two side by side, and you go like, look at the old world, look what we accomplished, look what happened in that, look at the structure of society versus today where it's kind of fucked, right? And I would compare the two, going, it's probably worse off today than it is. And like if you stripped away technology and comfort that we have, I mean, there's actually this interesting thing. I don't know if you watched, there was this series on Netflix called Dracula. It's like a 3-part series. It's set in sort of modern times, and there's this one section where it just like I stopped it, rewind. I even sent it to you, Sean, where he basically goes, he's like, so premise of the series is Dracula. It's the old time, whatever the fuck, the 1800s, 1700s with, and then all of a sudden he wakes up in modern day England, right? And the first he tries to escape the water, and he ends up at this person living in kind of like a trailer park home. And he's in there and he goes like, call your servants. And the chick's like, what the fuck are you talking about? I don't have servants. And he goes and looks around and he goes, never in my life have I seen opulence like this. He says like something, I've been alive for 1,400 years. Never, not a single king I've ever met had this much opulence around in and around them. And I was like, and I looked at that going, fuck me, that's actually quite interesting, because if you think of the stuff that we take for granted today, they are king. Just the fact that you can go to fruit and veg and you can get avos or something like that's not indigenous to your country. Kings at like 100 years ago didn't have that the ability. They didn't have that opulence, that kind of the comforts. Like not even royalty had that. And just kind of made me think of going like, wow, like technology has taken us far. I don't even know why I went there.
Yeah, but yeah. I don't know which king said it, but it was one of the American politicians asked him, like, in the 20th century, like, what is the role of kings? And I like his answer. He said, my job is to protect my people from politicians.
Wow.
Which is like a fucking badass line. Like that alone, like, okay, I'll keep a king just for that fucking reason alone. It's like, my politicians are treacherous wankers and I should be better than them. Like, based. It's a fucking great line.
That is a good line, yeah.
Also, kings unify people, whereas politicians just cause animus and faction wars.
No, they do.
That is inherent in democracy.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're not around for long enough to care about the people. They care about their own pocket at the end of the day. A king, and if you have a king, if you have like you said, a bloodline of kings, and I thought this the first time we had this conversation, I was going, wait a fucking minute, no, wait, this is horseshit. And then you made me think, and I went and walked away, and like I started about it and going, wait, hold on. the entire psychology of it changes, right? Because if you are a king, money is no issue. You never have to worry about money. You're not making decisions based on money. You're making decisions about carry on rule. Yeah, now, is there an argument to be made that every now and again you're going to have like a Joffrey come around from Game of Thrones where he's just like this fucking crazy nutter? Yeah, of course. But you can just fucking kill him and then his brother runs the show. So like, but at the end of the day, is their entire their entire bloodline is taught to rule and taught to focus on, you know, how to make the nation state better, to grow your people. That's why, and this is what you mentioned the first time. I didn't get it, and now I do. It's like you're going, they built statues, like things like architecture that are like they care about. Like, you know what you don't have in a monarchy is you don't have you know, like them building a fucking, you know, the shit that just breaks, it fucks out, like a stadium that's half built. Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah, because they build things for glory.
Yeah.
That's something that our regime does not understand. Like the idea of construction for something that isn't based on return on investment, that can be measured through something that isn't money. Because we're very technocratic. Everything is based on like charts and graphs and numbers. Like the idea of we're going to build a cathedral that takes 600 years to finish and doors that take like 20 years. You can't even understand that concept these days. And then you see it 600 years later. The people who started it have been dead for like 400 years. And then you see that like, that's something that you can't even imagine nowadays. Like imagine making anything now that's going to be finished by like 2200.
Yeah, but you
utterly unbelievable. Like just you can't even comprehend that.
No, because in our current environment, that would not have happened, because the next politician 5 years from now going, you know what, I don't like this thing. I want a statue of my own face rather, as opposed to this great architecture, this thing that uplifts us, or like a. But this is why, I mean, again, it was because of monarchies that we had like massive investment in fucking education and building fucking these massive schools. I mean, I'm thumb sucking this. I'm not 100% sure, but I mean, I would imagine that was where it came from, like having massive churches and like let's push education upon the people. And that didn't come from capitalism, I think, right?
No, I think that pretty much just comes from the prestige of the regime.
Yeah.
When you're concerned with like almost like a social thing, like what does your regime look like compared to other people? I mean, that's the way that the European kings would compete. I mean, if they weren't trying to kill each other through war, which is again fair enough. That's like the one downside about kings is they are a little too into battles. But you know, but then if you don't have that, then it's just, hey, look, let's import the third world because we need more production. Like, I'm not like, so that or crushing your enemies with your fists. Like massacre and like import the third world or kill everyone that doesn't look like us.
Yeah. I still don't understand the second one, actually. I don't understand importing the third world, like with the politicians. Like, what is the end goal to that? Like, what are they achieving? Is it just to appease? Your race? Yeah, but I mean, it's like, how does that help the people that live there? Like with England, it's like, how does this help any fucking thing? Like,
it doesn't. Like, the whole purpose is to kill you.
But why would they want to do that to their own people? Like, I don't understand it. Is it just because they've been sold out because they can't be bought?
That's what the elite currently believe in. Doesn't even make sense because it doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. But that is their belief structure at the moment. That's their ideology they believe in. It's like, you know,
it's never again on steroids.
Yeah,
which it just doesn't make any freaking sense. Yeah, it's about control. I asked a friend of mine about this because I didn't quite understand this. And he said to me, like, imagine like the boomers mentality of we will pass nothing to our generation, and why they seem like so incompetent is because imagine if they had like a set amount of resources and finite time. They basically have condensed all of their resources and time into just stopping anyone from trying to flood the gates and killing them. It's like they took all of their resources and built like a massive gate in front of their houses and like basically bricked it with cement and said like, we are going to die with our wealth. Like we literally don't give a flying fuck about anything other than just preserving our wealth and nothing else. That's basically their mentality. That's like where they come off like incredibly stupid when it comes to like doing literally anything productive. It's because all of their resources just going to that.
But where did that sort of, where was that instilled? That like that worldview to do that? Like, where does that fucking come from?
I imagine it's like, because they suck. I think it's because like they literally can't do what their forebears used to do. Like their forebears are impressive people, and they're basically just like the dysgenic third generation that lost all of the wealth. And now they need to do something else, like the same way that like the previous ones all slayed great dragons to get into like Valhalla as an example. And now all of the dragons are gone, and they have nothing as impressive to tell the next generation. So they basically just do some crazy, fucked up, dumb shit. I imagine something like that.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing that you could, there's no ideas, there's nothing carrying them forward. The current elite just seem really sclerotic and just rotting, like crap, dysgenic excuses for human beings. Like, I can't point at anyone in power and go like, oh, look, those are people that can inspire men. Like, no, none of them. Like, they all look like plastic and fucked up and just not intellectually impressive. No world leader makes me go like, oh, that's someone that can actually do something. Okay, like maybe Bukele in El Salvador. Like, not even Trump. Trump is basically controlled by Israel. You know, I saw like one of the French guys. I think one of the descendants of the House of, I think he's actually descendant from like Napoleon. He said that if France wants to return to monarchy, he'll pick up like the crown and rule. I'm like, that's fucking leader. That's some base shit. Like, just get rid of all of this parliamentary horseshit and just return to king. Give me a crown and I'll rule. I'm like, I would move to France if you did that shit. I will learn French just to live in a monarchy. It's like, I live in a French monarchy. I would learn French just because it has a fucking competent ruler.
Yeah.
I will just say, like, I do actually have some French heritage, by the way. I will happily learn France if you could just like get rid of all the foreigners and make France French again. Because I do actually have some French blood.
Fuck, that's funny. I mean, yeah, fuck, dude. I don't know. I'm like, I'm starting to like, I don't know where. I'm like, this is what I asked Byron the other night. I'm going like, how do we get out of this? And it's like, also like it's a fucking, no one knows where this heads. I mean, is it bloodshed or just completely it failing? Just like what comes after this? Is it, are we going to just go the same
bloodshed, or you need to basically have a set of elites? Because normally the way the system works is there's always elites and counter elites that move. Like Hitler is a counter elite.
Yeah.
Like there were certain people backing Hitler, right, for better or for ill.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I would prefer he would have won, because what happens after like Hitler dies, like communism takes over like half of Europe, and the entire British wealth of the British Empire is transferred to the Americans. And look what the Americans have done. Americans have basically transported that stupid melting pot mentality, which is completely arse, by the way, onto Europe. And now, look, if you are a European and you don't like your country flooded with third world runoff, like, you're racist. Like, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm not exactly a fan of people who don't look like me, who don't have my heritage, my bloodlines, my gods, believe in nothing that I do, somehow be here under the guise of, if I don't support this, I'm suddenly the bad guy. No, piss off.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Absurd.
Yeah, I was going to say, Death Take says, are you a guy running for governor in Florida?
No.
Used for...
You said there's a guy running for governor in Florida. Used your I apologize for nothing line. Good.
That's
even though it's not my line. Yeah, I stole it from Futurama. If anything, I'm the original thief. I'm South African after all.
The original thief.
Yeah, it's the Futurama line. It's from
I don't remember.
It's some hedonism bot.
Fuck, actually, I need to rewatch.
Yeah,
I need to rewatch Futurama. What are you?
Yeah.
What are you currently watching?
I apologize for nothing.
Is anything that what does Spoon watch for entertainment apart from, like, you know, is there anything like anything entertainment wise that you're watching, or is this like going? It's just a complete cesspool of absolute horseshit.
Like, I can't remember the last time I watched a TV series.
Seriously?
I don't think I watched a TV series this decade.
Holy fuck. Like nothing. Not even like House of Dragon or the Game of Thrones.
No.
What?
I don't watch TV.
Just a little bit of it. I mean, you game though.
What do you do for entertainment?
Yeah, what do you do for entertainment?
I watch rugby and scream at my TV.
as what South Africans do.
Do you find that relaxing, like that?
No, I don't find it relaxing. I find it tense and like, my heart is palpitating through ungodly beats per minute, especially if we play New Zealand.
All right, so what do you do to like relax?
Yeah.
Sleep.
Okay, what do you do for fun? Like you game,
scream at the TV.
But if I want to relax, I go to the beach and swim.
Do you game? Are you a gamer? You're a bit of a gamer, right? You've got to fuck off Kif PC.
Used to.
You used to game. So like you haven't fucking played anything recently or
I started playing Fallout New Vegas again because I need to explain this.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I'm gonna get pissed off telling this fucking story.
Do it.
There's a person that my co-host is friends with. I'm not exactly a fan of the guy because he is a relentless democracy simp, and no, none of us believe our leaders have our best interests at heart. That's why we don't like them, actually. But he's just like this relentless democracy simp, and even though it doesn't work, and he actually doesn't read anything. Like he doesn't read anything. Everything is pulled out of his ass, and he can bullshit his way well enough to his own audience. But if you bring him up to someone who knows what they're talking about, he looks like a rank fucking amateur. And he started playing New Vegas. Now, he hasn't played New Vegas ever. Now, I know New Vegas like the back of my fucking hand, right? I've played the game a fair few times now. And yes, I always choose Mr. House because the house always wins, and he's the closest thing to a monarchy because he is basically the king of New Vegas. But he started playing this, and oh, dear God. My friend Aiden watched him, and she said it was the most frustrating thing that she's ever experienced. He made... I swear, if you've played New Vegas, I think he played for something like 5 hours, and he hasn't even arrived at Prim yet. And I went, Prim is the first place you fucking go after you do the tutorial, which takes you like a half an hour. How has he played like 5 hours and he isn't at Prim? Like, where did he go?
What's he doing?
He didn't do the tutorial. He basically got to the point where you go to clear some of the geckos after you learn how to shoot some bottles. And he just left the character that does a tutorial there and just buggered off and wandered. Didn't speak to any NPCs. So he hasn't started the main quest line. He doesn't... You need to speak to NPCs to move the fucking quest line.
Yeah.
And so like he went up north, and like anyone who played New Vegas goes, you don't go up north because the bugs will kill you because there's giant scorpions and like these like mutated flies will fuck you up in an instant, especially if you're like basically level 1 and you don't know anything. And he ended up making like a 21-point essay over what he finds wrong with the game. It's like, bitch, you haven't even found it yet. You know nothing about the... Yeah, and she was explaining this to me, and I'm thinking to myself, I don't even know how this man is playing this game, but just the description alone makes me want to kick his ass. And so I started playing the game again because I went, this game, I looked through his points and I went, there's no way in hell this game is this bad. And I started playing it again and went, holy crap, there's so many things about this game that I don't remember or I didn't do. Yeah. And so I ran through the game again, like, this game is way more fun than I seem to remember. And he said, well, the reason to play the game again is to assure themselves that the game is actually good, even though the game is shit. I'm like, dude, you took 5 hours and you couldn't even get the Prim, which is the first place you go after the tutorial. The game isn't shit. The game is really light. You're just a really shit gamer. And I spoke to some people who knew him. Like one girl said that she was like wanting to strangle and kill him just because it was so painful watching him try and play this fucking game. And I went, how the fucking hell is this dude a content creator with like an audience? Because my God, it still pisses me off just thinking about it. God, it annoys the crap out of me. Like how Fucking hell,
I
man.
mean, if you like New Vegas, I mean, I've never played New Vegas. I think I saw bits of it though, but like I thoroughly enjoyed Fallout 4. It was, I mean, I put a couple of 100 hours in there.
Fallout 4's writing is really bad.
I mean,
compared to New Vegas.
No. I've heard that the storyline is nowhere close to it, but it's still a fucking great game to play. I mean, Darth Sean, you jammed a shitload of hours in Fallout 4, right?
Oh yeah. I'm currently playing it again.
Oh yeah? Oh really? Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Fuck. I'm replaying God of War.
That's one thing I've not played.
You would really enjoy God of War. I think it's on. It's like I think Whistler told me it was on. It's on Steam for something like fucking nothing. It's fucking fun. I don't know if you've ever played the old school God of Wars, but it's just a great story. And I was kind of weird. I remember it coming out, and like after playing it, I'm going, how did this get made? This is very much sort of father-son type of vibe. There's a lot of sort of masculine vibe in the game, and I was going like, I was surprised at how it got made. It was just fucking weird for me, but it's really like fucking really felt awesome, felt good. Like I'm going like, wow, you understand the sort of context between father and son, and like it was really really cool. You might enjoy it.
Reese thinks you can listen to Oust Me when I get triggered. Yeah, I've had people just tell me just stream game, and I just rage. But the thing is, many people do that, and I would just feel I'm just like copying something that's already been done. Like even if I could make money from it, there's just something intrinsically off-putting about trying to make money through, because I feel like the rage would become artificial and not real. Because I generally don't tend to get that angry when I game, especially when there's something like in hidden quick save and quick load. Then it's not really that bothered. If you actually want to see me really mad, Tetris is when I used to get incredibly fucking angry.
Tetris,
like nothing made me angrier than fucking playing Tetris, because there was a Tetris battle mode that I used to play, like basically fucking religiously, before the website closed down. I'm still fucking pissed off about that. Where they would pitch you against somebody else, and the way it would work is, for every 4 lines you clear, there would be the opposition would get 4 lines. So your job was to clear as many lines and put as many lines in the opposition, so they basically get knocked out. You know the way that if you play normally Tetris, if the blocks don't come down anymore, the game is over.
Yeah.
So basically, Tetris would work the way that you do that. So if you play against your opposition, your job is to pile up so many lines from the bottom that you basically trigger a game over, and then they would reset, and then they would start over again. And by the end of 2 minutes, the person that did the most knockouts or line clears, if you didn't knock the other person out, that would be like the tiebreaker. They would go by lines clears if it isn't knockout. Yes, and so you get 2 minutes to see how many lines you can clear and if you can knock the opponent out. And I went through a period where my power supply broke, and so the only thing that I could play for a while before I get the new power supply was Tetris. I like a backup one, and I thought, oh look, as soon as I get my new power supply, I will start playing my normal game. No, I went straight back to fucking Tetris the moment I got the new power supply. Like it didn't really matter. And the way it used to work is you start off with level 2, and once you beat someone, you go to level 3, level 4, and so there's 5 stars a level. And once you get to 5 stars, you go up, and then you start at level 2 out of 5 stars. And if you lose a star and you lose all the stars of the rank, then you go down a rank. So you can lose twice, but lose a third time, and you'll go down a rank. But if you win 3 games in a row and you get 5 stars, then you go up a rank. I think you start at level 1, obviously. I think I got to a level 121.
Jesus.
And I think there was something like 6,000 minutes in total. So that's 3,000 games lasting 2 minutes each, roughly speaking. Because sometimes if you clean them out, then the thing would just like, I think if you got to like 5 knockouts within like a really short amount of time, the game would just say like, okay, you won. If you like absolutely clatter someone, then you can win 2 stars in a match. And yeah, it's safe to say I got a little bit obsessive with that, because I went like, oh, I'll stop at like level 15. I'll stop at level 20. And then level 20 went to 25, and 25 went to 30, to 35, to 40, to 50, to 60, to 70. And then all like, yeah, that was yeah, that's
fun.
Yeah.
And that would just that would trigger the fuck out of you when you'd lose, or what?
Yeah, so that's 1,200 hours.
Jesus.
But I mean, that's like 50 days.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that was that was a, oh god, I miss those days.
How long ago was that?
Okay, god, this would have been, I think, like 2012. 2011.
Oh, fuck, that's
yeah, a fair long time ago. But yeah, man, I used to miss that, because I would get like palm sweaty, like white knuckling the fucking keyboard. Sweat profusely. I would get like fucking bug-eyed red mad. Like that was my drug. Like I like, there's nothing more satisfying to me than winning something. I am extremely competitive, and I get really fucking mad if I lose. If I lose, like I get trounced, then I'm okay, because like, okay, that person is definitely better than me. But like, if I would play Tetris and I would beat this person, and like the last like 5 seconds, this motherfucker gets like 3 lines and he knocks me out. Jeez, I would get so fucking pissed. Because like, if you beat me like just as much, and I know I could kick your ass, that is when I would get
fucking rage.
Just God, I would get so fucking angry. Jesus. I think like the angriest times I'd ever get was playing that game or World of Warcraft. But it's only against like people I can't see that I would get that mad. I used to play against my friend BP, because BP was this like tatted up chick that for some bizarre reason also played Tetris. And I remember the first time she said, "Oh, I'm pretty good at that." I'm like, haha, you're a girl, I can kick your ass. And when she played, I'm like, oh shit, BP can actually give me a run for my money, because BP is actually pretty fucking good. And so whenever she was on, it's like, hey, Spoon, you want to play Tetris? Like, sure, let's go. I think she beat me a couple more times than I beat her. It was like fairly like 52-48. But yeah, she was tough competition, because she could fuck me up. So I had to like be absolutely aces, otherwise she would beat me. But if she was off the game, I would beat her. So yeah, those were good old days. I miss those.
So you're not. Wait, hold on, Cat. What the fuck is with the Amazonian? What are you guys talking about the entire? What is the fucking Amazonian tree snail? For fuck's sake!
I don't know why Darth is laughing. I wonder if he put them up to it.
What is the fucking Amazonian tree snail?
It started in the beginning. No, it started in the beginning. I think it was George was like, yeah, the conversation's too deep for him tonight. So in Discord, I was like, would you like me to try and change the topic? And 104 suggested the seasonal mating. What was the seasonal mating of the Amazonian tree snail? So I said, how the fuck am I going to bring this up? And Chantal was like with a deadpan face. So when challenge accepted, and obviously like the conversation flowed so well, I didn't want to bring it up. So 104 kept dropping it into the chat.
He keeps trying to suggest we talk about fucking.
And I can't I can't help it. But
okay, that's fine.
There's a
you kept saying that, so I'm curious to what.
What?
You kept saying it now, so I'm wondering, what does the snail actually look like?
Yeah, I almost fucking.
Is it even a real snail?
Is it a real fucking thing?
I don't know, but like they have posted like a version of it in Discord.
That's not it. That's
no, fucking, I know it's not it, but it was just funny.
That's fucking. That's like predator snail.
That's AI.
That's the worst fucking kind of snail that you want in the fucking history of snailing.
No, that is Alien from the Alien movie as a baby.
No. Fucking like no, that's the worst. I don't want snails like that. Have you what? I mean, are you what cinema? Wait, come on, Spoon. Have you watched like old school Predator and Aliens and all that? Like, were you ever into that?
Well, yeah, I'm 35 years old. It's not like I haven't seen old Hollywood movies.
Okay. And have you watched any of the new fucking sort of fucking alien horse?
I would never disgrace Arnold's legacy by watching any of that new shit. That is offensive.
I'm looking forward. I think it's the 23rd. The new fucking woke Predator comes out with the chick, with the lady Predator,
the Badlands.
And I just want to rage watch it. That's all I want to watch it, because I know it's gonna be fucking bullshit.
I basically have no desire to watch any action movie that features a chick. Like, not now. Like, if I see a movie now, I want to go, what is the breakdown of the cast? Like, how many of them are white and not female? If the answer is most of them, I'll give it a go. If it's anywhere, look at diversity, fuck off. Like, no, I don't care. Like, no, that is just, that to me is poison, and it's cringe and gay. Yeah. Quite literally in some cases.
No, I agree with you. It's like it went too far. But again, it's like if you look at the old school shit, like you look at the original Aliens with Ripley, it's like she wasn't like some boss bitch, right? She was just, just great character, and she was lucky, and all she did was she's not this fucking, like, I mean, like, if you watch action movies these days where you got fucking, what's it, Charlize Theron, like, kicking like a fucking, 350 side muscle
pound guy, yeah, like a wall. It's complete shit.
Fuck, and it's going like, but again, it's like, it's not like she's in Marvel. This is an action movie, going, but you haven't set any premise where she's got superpowers. So she's a normal person. She can't kick that guy through the fucking wall. Now it's like,
the concept is completely absurd.
And you put it into the sort of like superpower reality, and they're going like, why don't you like the movie? Because it's like, I'm just so disconnected from the world. Yeah, exactly. Make it kind of real. Let her rather like do like, have, where she seduces him, because that's what women are good at. They can't fucking kick. Take on a pack of 20 dudes and like fucking with martial arts. Like, it's never gonna fucking happen, ever. Listen, guys, I think I need to wrap it there.
I just want to say to Charmaine, yes. it's not the moth. There's a huge spider.
It's coming closer.
It's getting closer and closer.
Yeah. Okay, well,
the spider's more afraid of you than you are of him.
I doubt it.
Spoon,
if you go near him, he's going to bolt.
Yeah, he's
terrified of spiders.
He's going to jump at you. No, what's going to happen? You're going to sit here just as you yawn. It's going to fall right into your fucking mouth. Lay eggs. I know.
In the middle of the night, I'm busy sleeping, and the spider climbs into my mouth.
Don't worry, the arachnophobia movie is not real. They don't do that.
Yeah, that fucking movie gave me like, I watched that as a kid. It gave me fear of spiders to this day.
It's the movie didn't do it for me. It was when I was young, I was climbing a tree, and as I got to the top branch, there was this huge spider. It was like 8 meters up in the tree, and there was this huge spider, and I just let go. I fell on my back, and I think ever since then, I've just been terrified of spiders.
I think the entire reason why the Alien franchise did so well, because it's like, that's the part of it it's kind of set in reality, that some creatures are like if you think of the Alien itself, it's like there are fucking insects that are basically like that, and that, like, fear of putting a thing inside you and growing. That's fucking nature is hectic. And I think that's why it kind of resonates with people, going like, oh, that's a possibility of being fucking real and scary. I don't know.
I think what makes spiders scary is the pace.
The what?
I think what makes spiders scary is their pace. If the spider is moving slowly, you're not really that scared of them.
But it's
if you can pick him up and he just walks over your hand very slowly, that's like, no one's really terrified of that.
Yeah. But it's but you're in South Africa now. Have you encountered like the Roy Roman? Like, what's that? Like that fucker that follows your shadow? Jeez, holy shit! And that thing fucking moves.
Well, if he follows my shadow and not me, I'm all right.
Yeah, but it doesn't feel like that. It feels like he's following you, and they're fucking massive. They're like the thing, and they look fucking dude. They're like, it looks like the face hugger. I think that's where they got the vibe from. Like a Roy, like the closest thing to a face hugger is the fucking Roy Roman spider. That just thing that just fucking it's got a sick puppy, a Kalahari Ferrari. That's exactly. It's fucking red and it's fast and it scares the shit out of me. But anyway,
we don't get those here.
Oh, I promise you, they're there. I fucking promise you. That's like South Africa is renowned for what's it? Roy? Am I fucking spelling it? What's it called in English? Roy. Fuck me. No, man. Is it? Is that it? Is that what the fuck this looks like? Why do I imagine it being much different?
Oh my god, it looks like a gigantic ant.
Yeah. Those are like native to like the Iranian territories.
No, man. Which are the ones that are South Africa? No, man. There are some of them that are fucking.
It's in the chat.
Hold on.
Roy Roman.
Where?
Is this one? Chantal, Red
Roman is the reason my hobby is. Yeah, no, but it's
and then
very.
I think the spelling is also Roy Roman.
I mean, wait, hold on. Let me see. This is what this fucker looks like. It's really not Kif. I remember it looking different. God, it looks like a fucking combination of a fucking of like an ant mixed with a.
Yeah, that's a camel spider.
What is this? Red Romans and which is the one? Which spider is the most native to South Africa? I know there's one, and it's always
baboon spider.
It is that.
That's native to South Africa.
No, but also like South Africa has.
Do we have to do this? Do we have to unpack the fucking spiders and show them?
Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Listen, guys, I do have to go. It is very late. I've got to go have dinner. Yeah, and but the Roy Roman does it fucking chases you. It literally just follows you everywhere, and the things are fucking huge. And they're native to South Africa. Fuck you. I don't care. Sorry.
You asked me.
I agree with Francois.
Yeah. I don't think the huntsman is native to South Africa either, but yeah. There's actually a nest of their younger ones, like just around the corner from me.
Mine says the huntsman.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
But that's not
the huntsmen. Huntsmen are like big bastards.
Yeah, that's the one, right? Hold on, I just have to see quickly. Spider.
The huntsmen are not. Apparently, they don't have much venom. It's just like a bee sting.
Oh yeah, it's this fucker. I remember seeing this used to like be, but it's also the same. This one is this also known as a rain? No, it's not a rain spider. This thing is okay. Yeah, this is fucked up. Anyway, Spoon, thank you very, very much. Where can people follow you? Obviously on your, I've linked your channel in the description below. Did I? Yes, I'm sure I did. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
Yes.
You got my X account if you want to see some unhinged text.
Yes. Your X account is fucking fabulous. I really.
Yeah, my X account is where I say some wild shit. I recently had one tweet go viral, and it was just a picture of like everything that is wrong with society in a single human being versus like some Chad Aryan in like a Wehrmacht Nazi uniform. And I just said like no words need to be said, and that got like 225,000 views.
Oh shit!
And like 21,000 likes. Yeah.
Wait, I'm gonna go check it out.
It was me just kind of taking the piss, and I'm like, God damn, this really took off.
Yeah,
like I think that is by far my most liked tweet. Why say something witty when you can just show a picture of a fascist uniform? Seems to do really well.
But yes, people, please go follow Spoon. Please go hit him up. Honestly, if you want to watch some really good content, like your YouTube is, and it's like, dude, it's filled with really good takes on stuff. If you're like, again, like Aura, if you want to get into the idea of just give it like, what's that saying? A wise man changes his opinion when presented with new evidence. A fool never does. Not saying you're a fool. I'm just going, go look into it. Look, like, try and you can. There's another saying. What is called? You can. What's the fucking saying about? you can listen to a new idea without accepting it, but at least listen to the idea. I can't remember the fucking take on that. But dude, give it a try, Aura, if you have. Go look at like some of Spoon's content. Like, it's really in depth. It's really awesome. You would dig it. I mean, at least give it a go.
Listening to the people in control. I'm the guy advocating for overthrowing them and putting a king in charge. Like, the idea that I listen to people in control is like really antithetical to what I believe. I don't listen to anyone in control because they're retards.
That's true.
Also, considering considering that guy's main profile picture is freedom, I'm not going to take him seriously. Freedom is a condition. Freedom is not something you fight for. I am free to do what?
Yeah. I think we've had this discussion before, the freedom one, yeah. Yeah, but dude, thank you very much. Been really appreciate always welcome anytime, and let's hook up something again as soon. It's always fun chatting to you. No, fucking, but it's nice having a chat with you. I just love where the conversation goes. It's really awesome, and I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, dude. Exactly, yeah. So yeah, guys, thank you so much. Darth Sean, any last words?
Beware of spiders.
Just that, yeah. Beware spiders and the Amazonian tree snail.
Tree snail, yeah, it's very important. It's the issue of our times, really, guys.
Yeah,
try and save the fucking Amazonian tree snail.
If it's on the ground, it's a ground snail, just for the record.
Yeah, it has to be in trees. Guys, thank you very much. Really appreciate it. See you guys on Thursday night, 7:30. I'm not sure what we're talking about yet, but we will. Kif, okay, cool. Cheers. Bye.